Minthara here for emotional support. I stuck her right next to the. She's just right here in the corner.
Amazing. All right.
She's in the corner.
I think we are live. Here we are. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 2 of Westerly Academy, a D&D campaign for Palestine. Hello, ladies, men, and non-binary friends. Welcome back. We are going to be playing some D&D for you today, and any and all revenue made from this video will be donated to the Al-Akra family. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So that means that even just by watching this campaign, by watching D&D, you are helping the people of Palestine. And that means any donations that you send in will also be sent to this particular family. Their family lost their home in the bombings. So today we are going to be using our privilege, some of us sitting in air conditioning, some of us not, to raise money for them. If you have $1, $5, or are willing to forego a coffee this week, it would do wonders for this family. On our last video, we were lucky enough to get a donation from Jennifer English, the actress who plays Shadowheart, and her lovely girlfriend, Aliona. You can check our Session 1 video. It is on this page under the Live tab, if you don't believe me. So if you want to be cool like them, you should donate. Or at the very least, watch. Because if you can't donate, by simply being here and watching the ads for longer than 15 seconds, you are helping families in Palestine. Make sure to share this video with any of your friends that love D&D and Palestinian liberation. This is a mini campaign. We'll be having multiple sessions. So to make sure you don't miss anything, make sure to subscribe. And thank you for being here. Are we ready to play some D&D?
Let's go!
Yay! Amazing. We're just going to quickly introduce our players and their characters again. We'll do a little recap, and then we're going to jump into session 2. So Selene, would you like to reintroduce your character, if you don't mind?
Sorry, Mike, not work. Okay, all right. Okay, Mike. Hi, my name is Selene. I am known by Orange Pillow Princess on TikTok. And I am playing Akasha Tevish, who is the drow daughter of Dracula, who is very sheltered and knows quite literally nothing of the world, Rapunzel type. Yeah, that's my character.
Amazing. And Kara, if you don't mind.
I am playing Lexus Perplexus. Also, you can find me on TikTok under Knife Lore. Lexus Perplexus is a tiefling warlock who loves the law and hates the rich and her dad.
And Naomi.
Me, also known as Naomi's News on TikTok and Instagram, and I am playing Fadian, a half-elf warlock that's basically just like fuck everyone.
Fabulous. We love it. We love the goth kids here. Last week, we met our heroes and some of the newest students at Westerly Academy. Akasha, the only child of the very famous vampire lord Dracula, who is slightly sheltered and very eager to make friends. Lexus, the heiress to her father's very successful company and eager to rebel against the ruling class that she is begrudgingly a part of and explore the intricacies of infernal contracts. Fadian, a mysterious drifting traveler, quickly finding roots and a place to call home at Westerly Academy. Lexus and Akasha were both escorted to the school by their fathers and guardians. Fadian, by herself, was welcomed by her deputy headmaster, Lazuli Lovely Bell, who gave her a small glass berry that gave her access to the Feywild. Lexus mistakenly took the headmaster, Andragor Silverleaf, for an anxious new student, noting his odd behavior at the welcoming speech. We also met Lexus's patron, the Archdevil of Sloth, Dez. We met a bunch of other students at the feast, including the Prince of Atlantis, Wylus Pearl, who really got under Lexus's skin, reminding her that she is now part of the ruling class that she seems to hate so much. The two feuded over the idea of brunch, and it got rather contentious. We also met Gongor, the son of the master chef of Westerly Academy, Ogar. Our heroes stood up for him after he was bullied by Thaddeus Fortier and Adrian Adonis, a demigod and Cambian son of an archdevil, respectively. That archdevil also happened to be Fadian's patron. We also learned that despite being incredibly athletically gifted, he was not admitted to the program at Westerly. Gongor was not admitted. We learned a little more after our heroes went to a party and learned from Kai one of the upperclassmen here at Westerly Academy, that Ogar, Gongor's father, was a criminal on the run who had to flee his old kingdom. And he was able to gain some kind of immunity because Lazuli Lovely-Bell had been working there and kind of saved his ass. And he's been working there ever since. Kai thought that maybe Gongor didn't get his papers in on time, or maybe that someone might have it out for this half-orc. Akasha had a brief moment of dancing flirtation with a tiefling named Evelyn, who they discovered is a werewolf. Fadian and Gongor shared a very sweet dance. Buggins learned about Lexus's father, and Lex shared some very good advice from her own experiences working with artificers and how quickly one can lose one's inspiration. And our heroes perhaps overindulged in the drinks a bit, and did not handle their liquor very well. But before heading to bed, heard a blood-curdling scream in the hallway. In case I may have missed anything, you can go back and just watch our session 1, because the best recap is just rewatching the session. But as we lead in, immediately after hearing this scream, the three of you are reeling from sickness, standing up, sobering you. This blood-curdling scream erupts outside of your door. What do you do?
We're running towards it, right?
You are...
Yeah.
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 Checking in with the group.
Yeah, so you open
Well,
the...
why don't we...
No, go ahead.
Why don't we run towards it a little bit, but then, like, stop just before where it is? And we can proceed from there.
Does anything good happen when going towards the danger?
It's beneficial to discovery, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are
Well,
you
we can
sure?
check the situation. Let's not go directly to the danger, but let's like try to have a. You know what? Actually, I have invisibility. So if one of you would like to maybe go check that out, I can only cast it on one person.
You can also cast it on yourself if you want to.
Yes, I could do that. I don't know, Akasha, how do you feel? Do you want to run towards the danger?
Well, out of all of us here, I think I'm the most impenetrable because I am a Dompier. You know, can't really get me. I got fangs.
Yeah, I'm squishy. Send her.
Okay, I'm gonna cast invisibility on you, and if you want to just run out and see what's going on, and then maybe
I can
don't
spider
know,
crawl.
you can spider crawl. Okay,
I
what
can
if
do
you
that.
spider crawled on the ceiling? I casted invisibility on myself, and Fadian can stay here.
They can still see me on the wall.
I'm of staying here.
Great, we have one person at home base. So the two of you head in. I'm going to need both of you to make either an investigation or a perception check. But
I
you're
also
going...
have invisibility.
Just both do that then.
All right. I just looked at that. It was like, oh.
I half of playing D&D is forgetting what's on your character sheet and just rolling with the punches anyway. Amazing. All right, I'm going to have both of you give me a perception check with disadvantage, please, or investigation, whichever you would prefer.
Would investigation also be with disadvantage?
Correct.
All right.
You said investigation?
It is completely dark, yes. So that's where the disadvantage comes from.
8.
A 12. And then it would be higher. 12 on investigation.
11.
Okay, not terrible. So you're sort of like, it's very, very dark. And since the scream, it has become dead quiet. There's no echoes through here. You can't quite sense where this scream is coming from. And there was silence, you know that there was silence around where the party was. So it might be there, but it might not be there. If the party's still going on, you're not quite sure.
I would say we should split up, but that sounds like an absolutely terrible idea. But we are both invisible.
Cause of party death.
You are invisible, but you also go to a school of magical people who may or may not be able to see invisibility.
Fair. What do you think, Akasha?
I don't think we should split up.
That's probably wise.
I mean,
Let's
I'm
keep-
still with you guys. I'm just way back here.
Do you have anything that can like help with I don't know, like if you wanted to send something
I mean,
ahead?
I probably
Or-
do. I've got silent image, if that can help. That's a help at all. It's like you create an image of an object, creature, or some visible phenomenon no larger than a 15-foot cube. Image appears in a spot within range and lasts duration. This image is purely visual, so it could be like a distraction or something.
Do we want to like maybe before we go ahead, if we see something that's kind of suspicious, you can cast that in the area, and whoever might be lying in wait would attack that?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Amazing.
And in terms of direction, are we thinking towards the party? Because that's where people are more likely to, I feel like that's more likely where this sort of dramatic thing would happen.
If there was a scream and there's still noise at the party, it would indicate that there's nothing going on, nothing weird at the party. Because if the scream was at the party, you would hear the kind of like rumbling of, discontent with partygoers being like, "Oh no, something has happened! Dramaticness!"
Yeah.
Mm.
So right now
I
you
think-
have like you have two choices in terms of places to go. So the party is to your left, down towards more of the dormitories, and then to the right is like where the kitchen area is, where like Gongor and Ogar would be, and then like more leading into the classrooms and stuff.
So are we thinking to the right? Because
Yeah.
I think if somebody's in trouble and there is a scream and the party's still going on, somebody probably would have heard it.
If it was something that was at the party, people there would have already figured it out, already dealt with it. We would have heard a big uproar and loads of stomping feet. Considering we haven't heard that, right?
I think you're right. Let's go right.
I usually am right. To the right.
I mean, if it was, everyone's at the party, so I mean, it would be very easy for maybe a bad person to sneak out and hurt somebody while everyone's away at a party. So it wouldn't make sense for it to happen at the party because it's like Sherlock Holmes and that.
Sherlock Holmes and that, yeah. I totally agree with that. Wholeheartedly.
Amazing. So you guys head to the right, towards where the like dining hall area is, where the auditorium hall is. And as you head further towards the classrooms, you hear whispers in the dark, kind of from like all directions, but they're incomprehensible. So it sounds like someone is like trying to reach out to you, but they're just out of reach. Like they can't quite reach you. These whispers are just kind of coming from all directions.
Dead people.
You're the resident expert, so I trust you.
Dead
You're
people.
a necromancer.
Yeah, actually, you know what? If you could make me an Arcana check with advantage, Akasha, that would be spectacular. Because you would probably
You also have guidance.
yeah, add a guidance to that. In honor of Jennifer English, we're adding a guidance.
Go guidance bot.
What check again? I'm sorry.
Arcana with advantage.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, you're good. You're good. It's a very tense situation.
Dirty 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo!
I rolled an 18 and it was my highest, and then I have like a +5 in Arcana apparently.
Oh, 18 plus 5?
Yeah, that's like a dirty over a dirty 20 actually.
Yeah, 18 plus 5 is 23.
Yeah, I always say just dirty 20 if it goes over it.
Oh, give me the juice. Give me the extra
Give me the
numbers.
juice?
Yeah,
Okay,
give me the
okay.
You
juice.
could also still add that D4 if you wanted to.
Yeah,
I don't know
feel
if it
free.
would do anything.
Yeah,
Sure.
add
feel-
the Add the D4. See what you get.
Which one's the D4? The D4, it's this one?
Yes.
The one that looks like a triangle, little pyramid.
24.
Okay, so 24. That's still really good. So with a 24, I'm happy for you, but I'm also mad. You know that this isn't an undead. This isn't ghosts. This isn't zombies. This is coming from a very singular, very powerful source of magic calling out for help. And you don't, and the reason it's coming from all directions, there's something that's blocking this being's magic. And they're not quite sure how to counteract it, so they're just sending as much essentially into the void as they can to try to reach anyone that might hear.
Okay, have you guys ever read The Lord of the Rings?
Yes, my dad invented that series.
So you guys know
Yeah,
how
I do
the
too.
Sauron guy is like really powerful and magical and is like calling out to people and his supporters?
Oh, yes, with the one we like, hey.
So there's a giant eye that's trying to find a ring that can make one of us invisible. Am I
We're
getting
already
lost in the metaphor?
invisible.
That means that it's already onto us.
Well, I think it needs help. I don't think it's actually Sauron, but I think
Wait,
it
we're
needs help.
screwed.
So do you think this is like evil? Or is this like somebody who needs help, but maybe they just know necromancy and so that's why the magic that they're using?
It's a powerful magical source. It's not anything undead, and it needs help, and it's crying out, and I think it's in pain. I think it's trapped. I think something's hurting it and snuffing it down and shutting it up, essentially.
You can all roll an insight check if you'd like to investigate whether
Yeah.
this is the vibes of this magical being.
Just trying to check
Actually, I have bad insight, so if somebody just wants to roll and I could give the help action,
got +4 insight. So
I'll give Fadian the help action then.
Great. How do you help Fadian sense the vibes on this thing?
Lexus takes out her notebook and is looking at like the notes she's taken for everybody, and she's like setting up a column with like pros, cons, trust the magical force or not.
So, do I get advantage if it's the help action?
Yes, you get advantage.
So that's 11 on the first one +4 is 15. So that's the first one.
You can also cast
17
guidance
on-
again.
The 17 on the second one. So have that +4 is
Yeah.
21.
21. Yeah, and if you want to, you can also cast guidance again.
Oh, would that not be also like using another action?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Thanks for keeping me honest. Yeah, so what was that, 21?
21.
You sense that this is not a hostile entity. This is something that is good, and this is something that is in pain.
What's the vibe check? Fadian, what do you
Fire.
think?
The vibes are actually good with this one. Like, I didn't expect it. You know me. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm like, let's hide. But what I'm feeling, it's feeling good. It's actually feeling alright. Maybe.
All right.
I'm still skeptical.
Alexis puts in her thing with a little like she drew a check mark and it's like don't trust, mysterious magical force. She checks off the trust. Let's go to the source of the danger.
I mean,
Let's
I'm always
continue to the
comfortable
source of
with
the
this,
danger.
But whatever is like this thing is, it's leaning more towards the alright instead of not alright. On the fence.
Those are your like two modes of seeing things, all right versus not all right.
Upping, yeah.
So do you like never turn left? Because that's not all right.
Oh,
Is that the real reason you didn't want us to go to the party?
Oh my
I
god.
thought you were referencing Doctor Who there.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I got a +0 on initiative, so this is just a straight roll.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
Wait, I realized I might have dropped invisibility if I cast
You would
guidance.
have dropped invisibility if you cast guidance. I almost said violence. If you cast violence, you would have dropped. If you chose violence.
All right,
be
not bad. I have 19 on initiative.
Violence.
Okay.
6.
6.
15.
Okay. So 19 is great, but it's not enough. And you slowly feel yourselves almost getting, it almost feels like falling into like jello. Like you're falling back, but it's so slow that you can't quite react in time. And in a blink of an eye, you wake up in your beds the next morning.
This is so out of character. I'm not in character right now. That headmaster bitch. That motherfucker's doing some crazy ass shit, okay? I just know it. Anyways.
We
Yeah,
went to
Lexus
a corridor.
gets some.
We came back here. How did I find this traffic cone in my bed?
Oh, right, yeah, there's... Listen, I don't know the lore on this, so I'm going to have you take the lead on whatever the hell the traffic code thing is.
That might have been my patron. My bad. Seems like something he'd do.
I actually love that. I feel like Des absolutely would. Amazing.
He just gets confused. He doesn't really know how to read. He didn't know what room. I mean, he could read some basic stuff. He didn't read our contract, that's for sure. But he probably forgot which room was mine.
Come in your room then.
He forgot. It's hard.
It's also
We're
possible
all
that
close together.
it's also possible that like knowing Des, he probably like looked around, forgot what room you were in, and just threw it in whatever closest room was, and then pieced out.
Yeah. I would 100% believe that.
Amazing. So
Lexus is putting on her hungover sunglasses.
yes, I
because-
was literally just gonna say everybody's gonna be making a Constitution saving throw again, just to make sure you don't all yak in the morning. You only have to beat like a 5.
Constitution.
Okay.
On it, so
I have a 4. Oh, I got a 5. +1.
I got
to
a
Constitution.
3.
I got a
Oh
I
no,
got a nat 1.
guys!
We
We literally
like on 5 or after 5?
this so meets it beats it. So Lex is the only one you've already thrown up, and you rolled a nat 1 last night. You were really not feeling it. You were deep in your cups, and it all went sideways. But this morning you're like, you know what? I'm good. I got some little crackers, some biscuits, I got some water, I got my hangover sunglasses. I can handle this. I'm gonna be moving at a slower capacity, but we can handle it. You two
Prestidigitationing a slideshow while what they're doing, whatever.
You two, y'all, I'm gonna say you probably like maybe throw up like one more time, and you just feel that dread in your gut of like, I am just going to be feeling a little bit like shit kind of all day.
Door open to Fadian's room, and instead of her like normally up there, she's on the floor, just kind of like, just crawling out on her belly, just like, why did I drink while I drunk?
Good morning, the both of you.
I feel like Akasha, since I got like a 4, so it's like right underneath a 5.
Yeah.
Akasha pukes in the toilet again. There's blood like there because it's vampire and projectile blood. But she's able to stand up a little bit straight and wipe her face off. But she's gonna look a little less put together.
Yeah.
Her hair's gonna be tied up, in a nice little braid bun. She's like, I have to overdo it just a little bit. And she's wearing You guys know, like, in those like period dramas where like the women have their riding gear and like they ride horses. That's what she's wearing, but like the gothic version
Yeah,
of that. So there's puffy sleeves and whatnot. So like she is wearing pants, not wearing a full dress. It is pretty comfortable. Um, it's not anything like that will, upset her stomach. So she looks good, but she doesn't look as good as she wants to look.
Yeah.
Frustrates her.
Meanwhile, Fabian's just like leggings, really baggy t-shirt that she scooped up somewhere. It's like a Feywild band, like proper like Feywild death metal. Got that on. It's just like, bleh. Just kind of like still crawling on the floor, and just kind of looks up at Lexus and is like, oh no.
Oh.
We have capers. We have a caper that we need to discuss, and we have suspects that we need to narrow down. There is some illegal shit going on at this school. Okay, what happened to us last night? Battery. Magical battery.
What do you mean capers is in the food? I'm now hungry.
No,
No,
offense.
capers as in like... Yes, go on, Akasha.
No offense, Kasha, but not today. And then she just kind of sits with her arms like out on her lap and just sits there completely still.
Also,
I'm gonna take that as still listening, but not actively listening.
amazing. Fadian, you reach into your pocket for that glass blueberry, and it's not there.
Shit. Fuck.
What's wrong?
I'm like immediately like up because like panic is set through into my brain. I'm like, shit, fuck, what the fuck is it?
Did you like lose your wallet or something? Oh, did you lose your Book of Shadows?
Fuck no, but that's always. Why would I ever take that with me? No, I've lost something worse.
What
Now,
what
did
what
that
exactly did you lose?
like, take it or something?
Yeah, give me like a what check should I make to remember last night? I guess history check. Give me a history check with disadvantage.
History with disadvantage.
Yeah.
+1, so this is not going to be good. I'm not an intelligent person. Just make that clear. So that's 11. Do I get higher? 11 again. So that's a 12.
Yeah.
11, make a wish.
Yeah. 12 is not going to do it. You couldn't possibly pinpoint a specific time because, I mean, the last time you consciously, like, felt it was probably, like, right before the party. And then you were around a bunch of people. You heard a scream. You went into the night, and you were brought back by something. So at any point, it could have gotten lost, but you can't recall a specific point when it would have left you.
Is that like a lost property place?
Oh, is there like a lost and found?
Yeah.
You could ask like one of the upperclassmen or one of the teachers, but that probably wouldn't be something that you would know. I would like maybe where the deputy headmaster's office is, like where the higher administration is, the headmaster's office, deputy headmaster, and like maybe some of the teachers' offices.
She's gonna kill me if she found out I lost it though, because she was the one that gave it to me.
Okay, so this isn't your wallet. This isn't your Book of Shadows. What, like, other important stuff do you have that you've lost?
The biggest thing that I have, because I trust you both. We're roomies. We got our bonds. We're all bravey. I lost my Feywild berry.
Were you, like, planning a vacation or something?
No. Basically, I like taking a lot of adventures into the Feywild. Sometimes, originally it was just for me. Now my patron, crown dickhead, needs me to go in there at least once a week, whenever I need to do.
So how'd you end up with a fiend for a patron and not an archfey?
I don't know! Ask him! Anyway.
Lexus makes a note in her legal advice to Fadian. So basically, you need this to do the obligations of
Yeah,
your patron, or else he's gonna take your soul.
pretty much. Like, I need to go into the Feywild at least once a week for whatever crap he's assigned me for. Otherwise, I'm a goner.
Hey, you said that your patron's son was here, right?
He wasn't at the party, was he? Please tell
He
me he
could
wasn't at
have
the party.
been. I'm just saying, I mean, we got into more of a disagreement with him, and we did get blackout drunk. And he
If
could
the
have maybe
bastard went after
sleight of
me, I am
hand.
going to... The bastard
He
went
could
after
have. He's a suspect.
Yes.
Can
He
I
took-
now that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Just frustrated ramblings going on, just like, shit, fucks me. Ah!
Could I do a history check now that like I know from Fadian what she lost to see if I remember anything from that night that anybody
Oh,
who came,
if-
because we
if-
were together for most of the night.
If you would have seen anything.
If I would have seen anything suspicious.
So, give me a history check. I will say also with disadvantage because you were also drinking. But
Right.
based on give me whatever number that is.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself for this.
Love it.
Okay, first roll is a 13.
Okay, not bad.
Second roll is a 12, but 13 I add history, so plus 4, 17. And then plus d4. I got a 4 on the d4, so that's a 21 on the history check.
With disadvantage! Wow. Okay, I'm very impressed. All right. So with a 21, I will give you what exactly are you trying to glean? Are you trying to figure out like who would have been near Fadian or just general suspicious activity? Are you trying to look to see if Adrian was there? Like what are you looking for?
I guess I'm trying to connect the threads between like is it more likely that it would have happened after the magic thing, or is it more likely that I saw some Adrian or something suspicious at the party, which would indicate that it happened at the party and that Adrian is the one responsible?
So I will say on a 21, you didn't see Adrian there.
Okay.
On a 21, you didn't see Adrian at this party, but I will say on a 21, it's definitely like the amount of mystery around this thing that caught you off guard and sent you to bed. A single entity, yeah, it's possible that could have taken it, but also like it's also possible that like Fadian bumped into someone and it fell out of her pocket. It's possible that someone pickpocketed her. It's possible that someone knew that it was there. It's possible that someone didn't know it was there. Someone was stealing trinkets or looking out for the berry in particular, or it just fell out, it got lost. There are a number of different possibilities. To you, the point that it probably would have happened if it were someone like within notice pickpocketing. It probably would have happened when Gongor and Fadian were dancing together because they were in like a big group of people.
To go
I see.
to him, I need to go talk to him. I need to ask him what the fuck.
Adrian?
Gongor. He was
Gongor.
with me that night.
You think Gongor stole your berry? He's
stole it.
Gongor.
Maybe he found it. Maybe it fell out of my pocket when I was doing. I don't know. I don't want to accuse him, but like.
Yeah.
Just trying to make leads.
It could have fallen out of your pocket. It's how did you get that anyways?
He had gave it to me, because, well, when I arrived at the school, I had nobody with me. I don't really have my parents around, and well, having connections is a little bit not me. So yeah, she was the one that met me at the school, and I mean, she knows where I'm from, she knows my background, and yeah, though she would kill me if I said that I lost it. So please keep this under your hat.
I don't get that impression. Maybe she like Lovely Bell. Her name is Lovely Bell. Like this doesn't seem like the kind of person who gets easily peeved.
A fierce dragon named Snuggly Kittens. Are you telling me that names really mean what they are?
I don't know. I've never met a Tyler I didn't like.
True. And there are always bad Kyles.
Yeah, that is true.
You can always pose the hypothetical, like say, go up to her and go, hypothetically, if I lost something that you gave me, would you be hypothetically mad at me? Works every time.
Ooh.
Well, we're the first people you've met. How many other people have you tried this on?
It works on my dad.
I
He
love
was a lot more cuddly than the stories would give him credit for.
I don't have any comment towards that, actually. I was going to say something.
So
Then I
It's
lost
okay.
it.
It's okay. Just kind of like pat Akasha on the head. Just kind of like, it's okay.
So if you wanted to check the Lost and Found or see some of the teachers or talk to any of the students, everybody is down at breakfast right now. So you could go do that and maybe do some investigating, unless there's anything else you wanted to do here.
I want to find my glass berry. I want to find my berry.
Bly kind of, the ghost kitten in your dorm, Bly kind of like senses your anxiety and kind of like cuddles up to you a little bit.
Unsure
Before
about
we
why,
go-
but, like, she allows this. She's like, thank you.
Before we go, quick meeting. Mysteries happening. Goals. We should have them. Suspects. Headmaster was acting super weird. I wrote it down in my book. I saw him having like a panic attack outside of the welcome reception. I totally didn't mistake him for a student. That did not happen. But something is afoot at this school. And then we've got your patron son, who seems like he sucks. We've got Thaddeus Chattius, both of whom don't like Gongor, and Gongor was what? Not admitted here. And also, Wireless is probably involved in all of this because he just seems like he sucks. Scratch that. I know he sucks. So I think we need to keep an eye out. We are in discovery mode right now. We are building the case.
What?
This pep talk is
Discovery.
everything. This pep talk is everything. I love it.
In the legal system.
And then the other ones just went out.
You're like, Adrian sucks. Yes, Adrian
Yeah, I just heard
sucks.
Adrian and Gongo and I went there.
Yeah.
We just have a lot of enemies already. We're doing shady things, and you know what those things are? Probably illegal. That means we can throw the book at them.
Or we could just stab them.
Idea.
See, that would be illegal. One.
To
But
who?
if we're gonna stab them, to the courts of law. Murder is illegal in most jurisdictions.
Who pays attention to that?
I thought you knew what lawyers are.
I
Does
do.
Dracula not have a
but
lawyer?
Why would
No
he?
opportunity.
I don't know. I feel like all that inherited stuff must be super complicated, like managing all of his investments. He's been around for thousands of years.
He just does that himself.
I need him to talk to me about tax law. It's so complicated.
He doesn't
He's probably
do
a genius.
taxes.
Oh, of course he doesn't. Never mind. My dad
Why
also
would
doesn't
we
do
do
taxes.
taxes?
To pay for the roads.
We don't
know what
use the roads, we fly!
Oh, but what about all the people who do use the roads? It's the free rider problem. Scratch that. That's a different thing. The free rider problem. It's the collective action problem. People need roads.
My dad used to impale these people. Why would he care if they have roads?
I don't know. Maybe because he realized that was not a great way to be. Listen,
He still does it.
I'm gonna close out this conversation on infrastructure, and then we're gonna head to breakfast.
Alexis starts writing down a legal memorandum why I care about the roads and you should too. To Akasha.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, great. Alright, so we're gonna head down to breakfast. Oh. Alright, and everyone seems to be doing okay. So you go to your table, your freshman table, you see everybody. You see Galandry, you see Athenia, you see Bugsy, you see Winnie. The whole crew's there. And the only one who's kind of looking a little bit worse for wear, I rolled everybody's constitution checks over here, is Galandry. So
Oh no,
yeah.
not Galandry.
So she's got her headscarf on, and she's just kind of like leaning over a little bit. She also has her hangover glasses on. And she's like, nobody talks to me, nobody look at me, nobody breathe near me.
Looking like Paris Hilton on a bad day.
Yeah, Winnie kind of chimes in and goes, it appears that you are feeling suboptimal. Is there any way I can amend this? And she goes, just stop talking, please. I adore you, Winnie, but please just stop talking.
Lexus is gonna chill touch a glass of water and just silently scooch it over to Galandry.
She grabs it and does like a little nod and goes, thank you, and downs it. You look around. Everybody give me a perception check. DC 11, we'll say.
Shout out to the 2 crew.
DC 11.
Dude, get new dice.
I'm using new dice. These are different.
Wait, which one's the DC 11? I'm confused.
Oh, no, sorry. The difficulty is 11. So you roll a d20, apologies,
Right.
and then try to get an 11.
Sorry. Was that perception, did you say?
Correct, perception, yes.
Sorry, I got confusing there for a second.
No, you're good.
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. So you got an 11? Okay, perfect. So at an 11, you notice that all of the teachers are here, except for Lazuli Lovely Bell.
Bitch ain't here.
Huh. Yeah, maybe you should talk to Gongor about the berry then.
You think the kitchen?
Yeah, he's Ogar, his dad is like serving everybody. There's like eggs, bacon, there's fruit, there's porridge, there's orange juice, all sorts of deliciousness in front of you, and he's just sort of running plates. One more time, what?
Gongor is with Ogar.
Yeah, he's like running plates back to the kitchen.
I'm gonna like jump up and just kind of like tap Gongor on the shoulder, like, can I just like borrow you for a second? Just that very like bachelor style, like, can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah, he looks at you. Hold on, I'm just gonna bring up his little profile here. Yeah, so he looks at you and he's like, oh my gosh, hey, how are you doing? You were kind of fucked up last night.
Yeah, very fucked up. Listen, can I like chat with you in private for a bit?
Yeah. Let me just put these down. So he's like, he rushes to the back.
I'll just use Mage Hand to help with that. Like, I got this.
Yeah, you see, your mage hand can hold like 5 pounds. It's like 20 pounds of plates on each arm. Like he's like, so you're carrying like maybe 1 or like 2 or 3 plates, like carefully. But yeah, he leads you to that. He kind of smiles at you, like at you trying to help. And he's like, yeah, what's going on?
So I just kind of like outside, just like, so you know, last night when you and I were close on the dance floor, which was very cute by the way, you didn't happen to notice anything come out of my pockets or like me lose something, did you?
No. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really focused on your pockets.
Gore!
Can I insight check for that?
Yeah, please do.
11. I'm keep rolling 11s for some reason. That's an 11 plus 4, so that is 15.
Yeah, he's smitten.
So is Fadian.
Yeah.
Just her face goes red, just like, oh.
Yeah, he's blushing too. It's like one of those things where like you didn't realize you had game until you said it out loud and you were like, oh shit, did I fucking say that? Wow. Like it's like he kind of like realizes that he kind of said something cool, and he's like, oh, and then he gets kind of shy again.
Just her face goes red, just like, oh.
Yeah, he's blushing too. It's like one of those things where like you didn't realize you had game until you said it out loud and you were like, oh shit, did I fucking say that? Wow. Like it's like he kind of like realizes that he kind of said something cool, and he's like, oh, and then he gets kind of shy again.
yeah.
Did you lose something? Like, was it? Did
Yes,
you lose
yes,
something at the
lots of
party?
stuff, like, yes, getting back on that wavelength. Yes. Is if you saw like a little kind of like glass ball look like a glass berry at all, like either on the floor or maybe someone picks it up.
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep my eye out. I haven't seen anything. It's just like a blue, like a
It's
berry.
small. It just means a lot to me.
Okay.
It's a very personal item. If you can, but like I touch his hand just gently. I'm like, it would mean a lot to me if you were able to help me find it.
Yeah. Yeah. Make persuasion with advantage.
Okay. It's a +4 as well. Like she's got high charisma.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get higher than 15. Nope. So that is a 19 in total.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, for sure. I'll keep an eye out. I gotta stay here while people are having breakfast. But like right after that, I'll go back and see. I'll talk to Kai and maybe see if he found anything. But yeah, no, I'll do whatever I can.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Just like kind of like moment of looking into his eyes, and then I just remember, oh yeah, I'm in public.
Yeah. So you're oh right, yeah. Sorry, I gotta run these, and he's like bringing them to the dishwasher. Okay.
Yeah, I better eat. Yeah, I just kind of like touch his arm as I like.
Just like
go back.
the little touch.
Like, you know, like kind of grace, like thank you, and then just like off I go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. See you later. See you around.
I just sit back and I just like next to Lexus, opposite from Akasha. I just sit down and I'm just there like staring at the ground.
So, what's the tea?
Well, Gongo doesn't have it, but because he wasn't. Well, let's just say that when we were together, he wasn't looking at my pockets.
He was looking at your boobs.
Lexus bursts into applause. You're getting it, Akasha. You're getting it. I know proud
sex.
of you.
My dad has smut in his library.
Dracula's smut library.
Vampire stuff, or is that too on the nose? Does he not like the inaccuracies?
It's I've seen pictures.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
But, yeah, he hasn't seen my glassberry, but he's gonna help look for it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't think Gongor would have been responsible, but like, I don't know. I'm connecting the dots in my head, right?
But honestly, I looked. Let's just say his mind wasn't on pickpocketing me, just something else with me.
Okay. But like, who's missing here? So the person who was the only person who could have given you that, not here. Also, people are mad at Lovely Belle because of the pilot program. Because that's been like, she's the one who's been championing that.
Oh, fuck, I might have an idea.
Do tell.
Let's go back to the original plan and interrogate Adrian. Like, I don't care if he wasn't there. I know his dad has it out for me. I wanna, like, see if he knows something. Especially if it's something to do with Lovely Belle.
I don't know if we should put all of our cards on the table like that, because I don't know how successful we're gonna be in getting. I mean, I don't know a lot about your pact and like, you know, Adrian's relationship with his dad. Akasha, do you have something you would like to say about this plan?
I have charm person.
Oh, that's useful. Fadian, maybe Akasha and I could run a con, because he doesn't really know who we are.
I mean, he knows you're close with me, because obviously we defended Gongor yesterday.
He knows we're roommates with you.
Yeah. He knows
and that we like Gongor.
And, oh my god, we're roommates. But yeah, no, like, just be careful, is all I'll say. because he and his dad are absolute dicks. Do not take what he says as face value.
If you don't mind my asking, who's his dad? Because when I was finding my patron, I did a lot of research about archdevils who I could potentially make a pact with. So I might know some stuff about him to maybe, help me figure out a way to get out of this.
Like, whisper this to Lexus. His name is Machiavelli.
Would I know who that is, or would I have to like roll a history check to see?
I will say, because this has been like a large part of your life. I'm gonna say roll with advantage. I'll roll like a either history or religion with advantage, and the DC is gonna be lower. It's gonna be like probably like a DC 10.
First roll was a 3, so I'm hoping better than that. And then that's a 4. I am gonna give myself guidance on this because I have a +4 to history.
Yeah.
And that's a 2, so that is 10 exactly.
Yeah. So then I'll sort of lead that into Naomi. Given that Lexus has studied fiends and devils for the better part of the past year, and has dedicated a lot of her time to it, what would be like the textbook file, let's say, of Machiavelli?
I basically kind of like get out my like tattered book of shadows and basically just like open the pages of like there wasn't really like any information on Machiavelli in it. I just wrote down all like these kind of like crude cartoons of him and basically looking like more terrible than he is. Basically imagine him like Hades from Hercules, but worse. Basically Vadian, like Akasha, you're included in this because she trusts you. It's like Machiavelli is my patron. The way that I got into this pact, I do a lot of stuff in the Feywild, and I made the stupid decision to be like, let's try Avernus this time. Let's not try Avernus this time. Because that got me caught by this dude who asked me if I wanted to, who basically forced me into selling something for him, which was...
He made you an offer you couldn't refuse.
Yeah. He gave me 3 choices for what I could sell to him. My body, my mind, or my soul. I picked the last one.
Hardest choice.
I didn't think my soul was worth much. So, here I am. But he is awful as a patron. He is scheming. He desires so much of me. He desires so much of my mind, what I can do. Adrian is a total dick. Very
noted.
Horrible comments of what he's done to me, what he said to me. He's a total misogynistic dick. But Machiavelli, like, not a fan of what he does to me. It's hard to describe just because of how awful it is.
Yeah.
But let's just say that he desires power, and his power is knowledge. And I provide that knowledge to him.
So would I know anything about like his sort of domain and his relationship with like some of the other archdevils? He is an archdevil?
Yeah, he's a devil. He pretty much part of like, I guess, like a kind of assembly of archdevils that's all in the first level of Avernus.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Akasha.
I wanted to ask if I can also roll, since
Oh, sure.
Akasha be reading, you know, she reads.
Yeah, I'll say
Everything.
roll history or religion, but just not with advantage.
Okay. Give me a minute. 16.
Okay, 16 is pretty good. What are you trying to glean? What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to see if I have read a book that possibly may have mentioned him. I can't even pronounce his name now. It's the Veil. It's the Veil. Um, but Dracula has, in actual, like, many iterations of him, he's always had a very vast knowledge type base of books and science and whatnot, along with religion and history. And Akasha's read almost every single book there, so she's trying to figure out if she has read something about him, anything that she can get her grasp on that could possibly help her friend.
Yeah, I'll say with this, you got a 16 on that, right? I'll say with a 16, you know that like Machiavelli is a very ancient devil. He's very predatory and he very much seeks out those who are desperate, even more so than other devils. So, you know, where some might seek out like people of power to become their warlocks, to like get some sort of exchange, he more does it for the joy of lording over people and for being the powerful person that basically pulls the strings in the relationship. And that's kind of what you get from Machiavelli, where he purposely targets people that don't have a lot to give.
Yikes. Okay. I think I know what you're talking
Big yikes
about.
for me, dog.
My dad has a book about like demons and like the infernal, and one day I read it, and that's a really nasty demon. Like, nasty. This guy goes for the weak. Like, he's like, oh god, what was, can I make
Oh, I
Baldur's
did
Gate
wait, by the
references
way.
here?
Yeah,
Can I
go
make
for it.
He's like that, the guy, Enver Gortash. Him! The one who took over Baldur's Gate like a few back, and then there was like mind flayers and whatnot.
All of Gortash Nation has just left the stream.
The leader of Gortash Nation is watching the stream right now, and I did that for you, Bo, my beloved Bo. I love you so much. Okay, I'm done.
And they're also Welsh, so email heed.
I'm gonna say because you guys have been chatting for a while, you hear the bell for the first class.
Okay, we're gonna get back to this, but maybe we could meet at like lunch or something, and we could talk about a way to see if Adrian has anything to do with this. I'm thinking, I could do a little con. I could pretend like, oh yeah, Adrian, I'm so sorry. I like tried to file a battery charge against you, but I'm so stupid. It only would have been one battery charge instead of two, because you actually reacted in self-defense when you grabbed Fadian's hand. And I'm just so interested in infernal contracts. Won't you teach me your ways? And I think maybe then I can glean some information.
Basically, he stupid girls.
I can play dumb.
Yeah, you'll need to play them.
All right. Akasha, would you like to come along with that? Can people tell if they have charm person casted on them?
They get to roll for it, right?
They roll for the save.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can't type. Person 5e. I know for friends, afterwards, with friends, you know. But I don't know. If it fails to save, throw is charmed by you until the spell ends. Unicorn says, charmed creature regards you as friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. Yes, so at the end, he would know.
Okay, so I might just go in at some point and try to use my warlock charisma and get him to give up the ghost.
Yeah.
And
your guidance. You could also use guidance. All right, you guys head to your first class. You all have your first class together. And it is Introduction to Alchemy. So you find the alchemy classroom, and it seems unoccupied. There are students seated here, but you're sitting in almost complete darkness. There are a few candles kind of lit in the room. The curtains are drawn. There are long tables with cauldrons for each student. There's various herbs in jars on the wall, but no sign of a professor. And you see Buggins, Athenia, Winnie, and Silas, who is handing out invites for Sunday brunch to everyone, including you, Lexus.
Lexus's goal now with Vilas, now that she knows like, oh, he likes it when like I try to get a rise out of him. Ignore. Lexus walks straight past him.
I could see him like passing out stuff, and then like to Fady, and he just skips her.
No, he hands to everybody. He hands out an invitation to everyone. He wants everyone to come to Sunday brunch.
I feel like Akasha turns that down.
None of you are allowed to go.
Don't worry.
Please.
Fadian takes it and just immediately rips it and throws it away.
Love
No,
it.
thank you. I drink blood. I don't need a
So
brunch.
like just has it and then just like
He kind
Lexus
of like
under her breath is just like, fuck brunch, but not so Vilas can hear it. He can't know she cares.
amazing. Yeah, he kind of like he doesn't really react. He's just like, oh, I'm just passing invitations, going on with my day, la di da di da. Very unbothered. When the clock strikes 8 a.m. exactly, the doors to the classroom swing shut with a deafening slam, the breeze of which extinguishes all of the candles around the room.
Lexus is gonna write down like in her notebook 5 violations of like OSHA, like no lights, open candles, locked doors.
I mean the cat.
She is building a
What
case.
is going on here?
In the darkness, you see 2 ruby eyes at the front of the class. You hear the snap of well-manicured fingers, and the candles relight. A stunning woman, ageless. She could be 25, she could be 45, and she appears to be a high elf, so she could be 105. Pale alabaster skin, ruby red lip, eyeliner that could kill, long fingernails manicured to perfection. The dress she wears is cinched at the waist, cinched to the gods, long sleeves, black lace, lots, form-fitted, gorgeous, black hair, silken, tied in a practical updo with a few curls at the front. Stunning. And a flash of fangs as she smiles at you.
Keep at it.
Potions.
You have to focus. We have to focus.
Potions, elixirs, tinctures, poisons. Some of the most underutilized assets of our world. While your classmates build their skills in combat and spellcasting to succeed in battle, you can put a stop to a problem before it even starts. Protect your family, your friends, your allies, and yourself. She extends her arms out. I will be your shepherd, your guide to the most elegant craft of alchemy. And it is an honor to take you on this journey, my little batlings. And she turns around and sends her mage hand to write her name on the board, and it reads, Professor Evelina Ivanov. You all familiar with your lovely roommate Akasha notice that she bears the resemblance of a vampire. But everyone can make me a lot of history checks today, but a history check with disadvantage, please.
Oh, I know why Lexus has disadvantage on this. 14. 8 plus 4.
That's a nat 20 on one of them, but I can't have it.
Oh no! Getting a nat 20 on disadvantage is on getting a nat 20 on a disadvantage roll is arguably worse than getting a nat 1 in my opinion, because it's like you were so close to greatness.
So that's a 2. I rolled on the second one. Plus 1 is 3.
Yeah, you were you were entranced by this woman. Akasha, what did you get?
I got a 6. That was the lowest. Like I got like a 2 plus 3, so like I think that's a 6. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think Akasha is very excited to see a powerful woman vampire, like another really powerful woman. Like you're so used to seeing your dad, and you love your dad, but it's really cool to see this woman with such a commanding presence.
I got a 12.
12. I will say a 12 is enough that you kind of get bits and pieces. So, Evelina Ivanov, you probably wouldn't know that name, but you catch glimpses around the room of embroidery of a belladonna leaf. And I'll say with, what did you get again? You got a
12.
You got a 12. I'll say with a 12, the belladonna leaf is essentially a calling card, or was a calling card for a very famous assassin and poisoner that had gone unnamed for centuries.
Lexus is writing down in her notebook, professors ranked, and immediately at number 1, she puts Evelina Ivanov.
Amazing.
And then rebuttable presumption that she will remain number 1.
Perfect, amazing. And you kind of look around, I'll say, as well, as like the class seems kind of very intimidated by this woman who is saying kind of a little bit scary, intimidating things, sort of still shrouded in darkness. And she goes, I can sense the fear in some of your eyes. Do not worry. We're going to start with something easy. A simple paralysis potion extracted from deadly nightshade. Open your books to page 36 for me, please. And you carry on enjoying a lesson from this gorgeous, stunning woman about deadly nightshade, how to extract it. You're not doing anything practical yet in class. This is all just learning. But you are jumping right into the art of crafting poisons in your alchemy class. And at the end of class, she gives you a list of herbs to fetch for your cauldron work at the end of the week. And she says, those of you heading to Professor Moonglow's class, she can show you where to find the best herbs on campus, as long as you tell her that I sent you. Au revoir, my darlings.
I'm obsessed with her.
Down is scared and horny.
I love her. Amazing. All right, yeah, so she sort of...
Hey, you have a man. You have a man, Fabian.
Have picked what I wanted, but that doesn't mean I can't look at the menu.
Isn't it against the law to like be with the professor?
I was just gonna say, you
That's
guys
what-
are students.
Say that, like, just why I
In
said
theory,
ground.
nothing's gonna happen. This is
ground.
college, so is it unethical? Yes. But is it illegal? No. It's very unethical, though. Don't be in a relationship with one of your professors if you're in college. They are wrong for that.
Or just in general, don't be in a relationship with your teacher.
Oh my god, amazing. All right, so you guys are headed to... Is there anything you guys want to do before you leave Evelina Ivanov's class? You do kind of have to book it because you have to get outside to the grounds, but...
Lexus is going to write down a list of all the OSHA issues that she noticed, and then be like, hand it to her and be like, very lovely to meet you. If you'd like to improve this, I am almost a lawyer.
Okay. Almost a lawyer. I am almost going to take this into consideration. And she puts it in her bra.
You're my favorite teacher, and I don't think that's gonna change.
Oh,
It's
darling.
Back, like, give her your number as well.
Alexis is like Alexis knows that crosses too many ethical barriers to give her the business card.
Oh, Vedi's a little shit stirrer, isn't she? She's a giggly troublemaker, so of course she would shout that.
I run a law firm. Out of this, I have several clients already.
I see. Very astute for someone just starting at this school. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Bye.
And then she leaves.
Incredible.
Akasha's gonna look over at the two of them and be like, don't embarrass me in front of the only vampire at this school! The only cool one! Don't do this to me!
I can't embarrass you. Your dad is literally Dracula. I thought he was like a super cool vampire to her.
Huh? Wait, I'm sorry. I
That's
didn't hear
probably like a super cool vampire to her.
that. I don't know.
I mean, at least you two have dads.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not gonna say I wish I did it. My dad is a complicated person. We don't have to talk about that right now, though.
To be fair, I ran away from my family. Who the fuck knows what happened to my dad?
On to the
Oh, a
next
lot to
class.
unpack tonight.
Amazing. So you guys get to your second class, which is Introduction to Beast Taming and Animal Friendship. And this is out on the ground, so you actually have to leave like the confines of the castle to get to this class. But you head out there. There's a group of students on this green, and it is still shrouded in essentially like complete darkness, like not complete darkness, but the actual leaves cover any real sunlight that's coming through. So any of the sunlight coming through the leaves is filtered through the leaves. So any vampiric students have no problem standing under there. But it is much darker than like an open field, let's say. But the class is kind of murmuring, and you remember Professor Moonglow from your first day, who made the announcement about not being outside on the grounds during a full moon, lest you risk being ripped to shreds by your fellow werewolf students.
Yes, icon.
Icon. Yes, as Alexis penned in her notebook, icon. And she brings her fingers to her mouth as she hears people continue chatting and lets out a loud, deafening whistle. And at that, the class goes completely silent. Listen up! First day of class. This course may be called beast taming, but the only ones being tamed are you. People of all kinds, all walks of life, lack the discipline and the respect that is needed to befriend the great beasts of this earth. We walk into their homes claiming to be their masters, and then we are surprised when they slaughter us. This is a class where the only thing you will learn is respect and understanding, or be maimed in the process. The first glorious creature you will be meeting is perhaps the greatest to ever roam our world, the great dragon. And you see she shouts into the air, Zeroth, Kinye, Kinye! And a huge red dragon flies down, weaving expertly between these trees.
Somebody call
Megan
Lazel.
immediately hides behind Lexus because she has a fear of dragons. Like, ah!
Lexus is like, this is awesome. It's only the first day and we get to see a dragon.
Yeah, so this
She
is
also does note down child endangerment. Question mark after child, because most people are probably over 18. But for the December birthdays, that's gonna get you.
honestly, yeah, that's fair to note. And this dragon is just enormous. Like a little bit smaller than the actual castle, but like not by much. And this is Zeroth, the Great Protector. So this is the actual like guardian of the school. So this dragon comes down through the forest and kind of nuzzles into Professor Moonglow. And you can feel the heat coming off of this enormous creature. The purr at the back of its throat rumbles the very ground beneath you. And the first lesson that you are going to learn is dragon safety. Give me a history check.
oh, history check.
Can I? This is
At
gonna be
one.
weird to task just because I'm shitting my pants at the moment. Should Fadian roll this with disadvantage?
Yeah,
19, 20, 21. 21?
What's so scary about dragons?
21.
They're cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try again.
amazing.
He's a smart
And
cookie.
that's 20, so yeah, 19 plus 1. Even in my shitting pants state, yeah.
So a 21, Akasha. I'm gonna give you everything, girl. So the great adventurer who started the school was named Onyxara Arcos. I don't know if you remember that from the speech, the welcoming speech on the first day. And her dragon was Zeroth. But since Onyxara died, like hundreds of years ago at this point, no one really knows why Zeroth stays at the school to protect the students. This was the school that she founded, and she was very proud of it. She was buried beneath the school, so some people theorize that, like, Zeroth is guarding her body as, like, forever loyal to his master, even in death. But there was also a legend that Onyxara's hoard from being an adventurer was locked somewhere beneath the school that no one's ever been able to find. So that has remained a legend. She was a prolific adventurer who died very young for a high elf, but no one ever found her hoard of treasures. So some say that Zeroth is, like, guarding this unfound, unseen hoard. Did you have a question? Sorry, I have a couple more things, but feel free to ask questions.
I feel like Akasha's gonna be like, wait a minute. Connecting to that voice that she heard in the hallway and how it was a magical, powerful energy, she's gonna be like, come here, Alexis.
Yeah, what's up?
Give me your book.
Radiant's like, no.
Give me your book. Give me your book.
Like, which book? My journal or
Your little
Akasha's
journal,
book
the
of
thingy
discovery?
where you write all your thingy things down.
Are you gonna throw it into the dragon's mouth?
No. Just give it to me.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, you can roll insight, and
Do
then
that.
roll persuasion, Akasha.
I just want to write something down in it. Christ.
I only got a 7 on insight.
15.
Yeah. So you get the vibes that like Akasha's being genuine, of like has something very like substantial to offer to the mystery.
Okay.
Yes, of course, Akasha. Take this. I'm so sorry. I'm very protective of my notebook. I put so
great.
much stuff in it.
So she's gonna flip to like where you've been writing down suspects and where you've been writing down everything, and like on the other page, she's gonna take your pen and she's gonna write down the name of the dragon. She's gonna write down forever guarding, even though owner dead, and then she's gonna write down voice that we heard calling out for help, a magical energy that needed help that was not evil, and then she's gonna like circle it like very aggressively. She writes in like kind of cursive, if you can read that. But she's gonna
Lexus's
circle it
handwriting is
really.
like chicken scratch, so this is like so much better.
So pretty, just so elegant. The calligraphy is like gorgeous. You're like watching them do this, and like it's just gorgeous script in this notebook that is filled with incomprehensible.
From behind.
She's gonna put a bracket down.
shoulders.
She's gonna put a bracket down, and then she's gonna be like connected ? And then she's gonna give it to you.
I love it.
Lexus Switzer, Akasha, this is fantastic. I am promoting you to partner immediately.
Okay.
The Rose Bros of the Rose Bros firm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. So I'm going to give you even more as well because you scored so high. But so in terms of more theories of why Zeroth stays at the castle. So there's also theories that Zeroth is not willing to take a new single master, like one new rider or one new master. So he has aligned himself with those closest to his previous master, but never allowing himself to get too close. But the most agreed upon theory is that this dragon is unique, and while many dragons hoard gold, perhaps this one hoards knowledge, as Westerly has the largest academic hoard compared to like most other institutions in the land. But those other theories still remain in conversation, we'll say.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I
Fabian's
have
just
for
stood
you.
Behind Lex is just like poking out from behind their shoulder. And it's just like,
Can I actually? How tall is Fabian actually? Just out of curiosity.
5'3", so yeah, 5'3".
Okay, Lexus is like 5'10", so like Fabian as well. Lexus is 5'10", but kind of like gangly, so Fabian is
Love
like,
it!
sort of well hidden. After seeing like what Akasha wrote in the book, can I roll an Arcana check to see if like the magic from the dragon is similar to the magic that we sensed the other night?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Okay, that's an 18, and I add 2 to Arcana, so that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, so it's definitely not the dragon. It's
Oh.
the magic that you felt was not from the dragon. Also, the dragon probably wouldn't have been crying out for help because the dragon is free to roam however he pleases.
Lexus does note down, dragon allowed to freely roam? Problematic question mark.
Endangerment, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Amazing. You hear Professor Moonglow pipe back up again and says, "No one will be riding Zeroth. He'd soon burn you to a crisp before letting you ride him. So don't even try. If you do, I will not feel bad if you obliterate yourself for doing something stupid." Yes.
Are you not worried that as a vampire, I'm not going to spook them? Animals don't really like us.
You're afraid of scaring Zeroth? And she kind of like chuckles to
Yes.
herself and she's like, darling, I don't
don't
think
like it
that's
for
going
that,
to be a
okay?
problem.
Listen,
It's all scared.
they don't like us. You know? I mean, I once got scratched by a cat. It wasn't fun.
I feel like the amount of animals you've met is kind of limited.
Well, I mean, she's
ghost
just
cat,
worried
yes.
because animals canonically do not like vampires.
No.
So she's like, I don't want to go near it. I don't want to go near the big guy, you know?
So
Baby fear of dragons, so she's just hidden behind Lex is like, no.
yeah,
no.
Lexus is like, this is really cool, but like I understand. I will protect you. Just
but
like-
upon you saying that, like, worrying about harm, Moonglow speaks up again and says that basically, listen, there's no way Zeroth would harm any of you. But just in terms of a safety measure, we have an exercise to further ensure your safety, if that's what you're worried about.
I just don't want him to catch the vampire vibes and go haywire. Most animals do that.
He's quite close with one of the other professors here who happens to be a vampire, so
Is
no
it
need to worry.
Evelina?
Yes.
Of course. She's
Right.
so cool. She's best friends with a dragon.
She is quite cool, I will say. Give me an insight check when she says that.
We're girlfriends.
Oh.
That was out of character.
Oh, friends.
Damn
Please
it.
say
I'm
that,
gonna give myself guidance, but that is only a 5.
Yeah, 5's
Okay,
not
that's a
gonna do it.
4. So it's a 9?
What did everyone
Can
else
I
get?
roll insight? Like, I'll roll.
Yeah, no, everybody roll insight. Yeah, that was a roll for everyone.
Let me go for that. Insight plus 4. So 15 plus 4, so 19.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Say
11?
that.
I'll even say on an 11 you get this, Akasha, when she says that Evelina Ivanov is indeed quite cool, you notice a blush in her cheeks.
Lexus already has in her notebook a section that says wingman duties, and it's Akasha and Evelyn, Fadian and Gongor, Bugsy, and what's the prince? Rosalind? The princess's name again?
Athenia.
Athenia. I was way off. And Athenia, and then she also writes down Evelina and Professor Moonglow.
Amazing. Great. Okay, so yeah, so you guys have there's like a pile of gold, like kind of like a comical pile of gold sitting next to Professor Moonglow, and she starts handing out coins to everybody. And she says, "You're going to cover this in your scent and then give it as an offering to Zeroth, so he recognizes your scent and will protect you should any harm come to you while you're here." So everyone starts like rubbing their armpits, like, "This is right? Is this how we're doing it? Like, are we really doing this?" And Moonglow's just like crossing her arms, like, "Yeah, get on with it. Like, let's go."
Just like kind of looking at it, because she's still quite nervous. She doesn't want to spook this ginormous dragon, but she starts doing it. She, over her neck and yeah, everywhere. She's like, okay, I guess. In the hair. I don't.
Lexus runs it along her notebook because some of the pages are quite sweaty.
Amazing. So good.
A sweaty notebook.
All right, amazing. Yeah, and then Moonglow shows you basically the process of offering this gold coin with respect to Zeroth. So she does like a bow, and she places the gold at the foot of this enormous dragon and backs away with head continued bowed. And a couple of the students follow. So the first few students head in, drop the coin, head back. And Akasha, can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh god. Why is it always me? I think it's just 15. I don't think I have anything for... Where's my dexterity? Where's my dex? Yeah, just a 15.
So with a 15, I'm assuming you're wearing some kind of like platform boots outdoors.
Actually, no. She didn't put them on today. I forgot to mention that. She didn't put them on today because she's hungover.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'll say even with a 15, you find yourself almost worried that you're going to scare this thing. You're like a little bit overcompensating, and you trip in front of this dragon. But before you're able to hit the ground, you feel a hand come out and catch you. And you turn back and you see that it's Evelyn Wolfheart from the party.
Thanks. And she kind of just like goes to the arm.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's no worries. Be careful, I guess. And she just kind of gives a smile to you.
Yeah. And she just runs off to Lexus.
Watch your feet next time,
What
princess.
are you doing talking to me? What are you doing talking to me? They were totally into you.
Wait, who said the princess line?
Professor Moonglow.
Oh my god. That is an eye roll. She's definitely giving an eye roll. She's
Love
like...
it. Love it.
You need to talk to them. That was like some Prince Charming shit.
No.
They saved you. What do you mean no?
I can't talk to them.
You can talk to us.
Well, I'm not attracted to you guys.
Well, yeah, but we're two more people who you've never talked to before.
But I'm not
Well, I
attracted to you guys.
You see, I actually have conversations with Gongor, albeit they're a little bit more fragmented, but they're still conversations.
Talking to them. I can't talk to them.
You can.
What am I supposed to say? Hi, you're hot?
Yeah, actually.
No.
You might find that endearing.
No, it's not how it's said in the romance
Ainsley,
books.
my friend thinks you're hot.
I'm gonna kill you.
No.
I'm gonna drain you of all of your blood.
You're serious.
They
You're
rolled.
serious, Fady. You better lock your door.
They rolled a 2 on perception, so they did not catch that. So you are
come
safe.
on, we're going to the dragon.
You're safe for now.
Just like runs behind you, it's like, do not.
You're
Moonglow.
gonna be less scared of the dragon if you give it the coin.
Moonglow just stares. Moonglow just stares at you and says, "You know, the dragon's more likely to eat you if you don't give it the coin."
Alexis grabs Fadian's hand and is just like, "We're doing this." Can I roll intimidation?
Yeah, or persuasion, because your persuasion might be higher.
It is actually higher, so I'll go with the lighter hand. I'll roll persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay, 19 plus 6. Fast math. 25.
Yeah, a 25 persuasion. Fadian's not going to be able to fight that. That's the pure lawyer logic.
Face your fears. You need to minimize liability.
Is that like a saving throw for me in case like I faint just from fear?
I think with that high of a persuasion, you feel safe in the palm of Alexis's hand, albeit sweaty.
I'll protect you. It'll be okay.
Sort of like tentatively just like my hand is shaking as I'm like handing this coin over. That's all I can say.
Drop it. Zeroth gives a little like sniff. Backs up.
Alexis is going to very respectfully drop the coin, bow, and then basically mimic what Professor Moonglow was doing.
Amazing. As you're backing away, Xeroth like licks your hand a little bit.
You're cool. And it's separate. In a separate list, like, doesn't really count as Professor, but Xeroth is making the list.
Yes!
At number 2. And Evelina and Moonglow are now tied at number 1.
Amazing. I mean, Xeroth is the school mascot, so like, he's kind of part of the staff a little bit.
It's like we have the best mascot.
Yeah. And he's the protector, so he is technically the staff a little bit. But okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, pretty it's that first day of school vibes where it's a lot of like, you know, syllabuses and very minimal actual learning stuff. So you guys are ready to head to your next class, which is inside, and you guys are actually split for this. So Akasha, your third class is going to be different from Thadian and Lexus's third class. So we're going to start with Akasha. And you head in, and this seems like, as you walk in, the only people you really recognize are Bugsy, the goblin artificer, and Sebastian, who is kind of like the nerdy Dompier from earlier.
Okay. All right.
Let me see. There we go. I'll bring up Bugsy, because he's a cutie patootie. All right. Awesome. So you head in, and Bugsy is sitting down. He kind of waves you over like, hey, Akasha, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. I like the outfit change. I know it's not normally what you wear.
Riding gear.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Are you riding anything today?
What?
Oh, I just figured if you're wearing riding gear, you'd be riding something.
No.
Oh, okay. No worries. I mean, I have like 3 shirts, so usually my outfits are for very specific things, but like that's cool too. You look great. You look awesome.
You have sharks?
No, shirts.
Would that have been really cool if you had sharks?
That would be really cool if I had sharks. No, I always wanted a pet. I tried to keep a mouse once, but my mom wouldn't let me.
I ate a mouse once.
Oh, how does it taste?
Like sewers?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Like, that's... Oh, yeah, like, as a vampire, what's, like, your favorite thing that you've eaten?
Human.
One of the few times in my life I'm glad to be a goblin. And he kind of, like, chuckles a little bit.
I don't kill people when I drink them. Why do I say it like that? Yeah. I just, bite them a little bit.
Yeah.
They consent to it. It's not like a weird thing.
Oh, that's totally rad.
Yeah, my dad hires people.
Be right back.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's so cool. I mean, like, I've heard stuff about vampires, but it's actually, like, really cool to meet one because, you know, learning what's real and what's, like, a stereotype or a misconception, like, it's really eye-opening.
We can walk in the sun. At least I can.
Oh, yeah, because you're a Dompier. That's so sick.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I've never seen my dad have issue with it, so maybe you get to a certain level and it's just like...
Yeah, I mean, your dad's Dracula, too, so he's, like, super powerful and stuff, right? So, like, maybe he's
Okay,
just,
why
like,
does
built
everyone know
different.
that?
I mean, word travel's kind of fast around here, especially if you have, like, family that's really powerful or really famous or, you know.
Are there any free seats?
Yeah, come on, you can sit over here next to me. So
And
you
she,
guys,
sits down.
yeah, you see a beautiful grimoire that sits before him, because he's an artificer, but he's also multiclassing to wizard. So it kind of pales in comparison to like the rest of him, like Bugsy, very humble upbringing. He has, like you said, he has like 3 shirts. He's got like a scarf that's like really worn. His glasses are kind of broken. But this grimoire, you look at it and it looks like brand new. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Can I use magic to fix his glasses?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, give me like a. Are you gonna ask him or are you just gonna do it?
I'm just gonna do it. She's very autism. You know, like when autistic people just do something and they're like, there you go.
Yeah, give me like an Arcana check. Unless there's a specific spell you want to use.
No. Well, I don't know what specific spell I would use for that.
Do you have like mending? That's a cantrip.
No, I do have message though. Right.
Yeah. That's not gonna fix glasses, but I'll let you do it with an Arcana check.
11, 12. Wait, hold up. 13. I'm sorry, I had to count that like 3 times
No,
because
you're
I
good.
can't do math.
Yeah, I'll say
13.
with a 13 you kind of like there's like this one crack that's been like sort of spidering out, and you kind of like bring it back to its like the initial crack that it was once at, where you don't fix it completely, but it's definitely a lot better than it was initially. And he kind of takes off his glasses. He's like, oh, that's so cool. You got to teach me that. I feel like I'm breaking these all the time. He puts it back on his face.
If you need new ones, I can just call my dad.
Does your dad have a glasses guy?
No, he's rich.
Oh yeah, right, duh. That actually, yeah, money kind of fixes everything, huh?
Do you need clothes?
I couldn't put you out like that.
No, it's fine. My dad has clothes from his human years if you want them.
Do you think they'd fit me? He's like
They can fit
5'1". Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, if he's got hand-me-downs that he doesn't want anymore, I'll take him off his hands.
Yeah, I'll call him.
Thank you. That's so nice. Gosh. So as things sort of die down, the teacher enters the room.
Who's the teacher?
He is. There we go. We have Professor Caxis Kathos. So as you settle in, he says, hi, I'm Professor Caxis Kathos, they, them pronouns, and I'm like really excited to have you guys at class this year. Lovely wizards, we love, represent, fabulous. We're just gonna kind of like jump right into the history of the school. So what do y'all know about like Westerly Academy already? And he waits for people to raise their hands.
I'm gonna roll, see what I know.
Yeah, I mean, you know all that stuff about Xeroth.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so I guess Akasha raises her hand.
Yes, you in the front with a gorgeous riding suit. Hi.
Thank you. It's handmade.
Love.
I know that this academy was for the rich and elite until recently with certain professor pushing it, but I can't really quite remember her name. I do know that there's a dragon on the premises that stays around here because I guess he just wants to.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So Lazuli Lovely is the teacher in charge of the pilot program. We love her, slay. But that's great. No, yeah. So Onyxara Arcos founded the school in 1086, over 200 years ago. And this was after years of adventuring like across the land and like slaying lots of monsters and like freeing slaves and like empowering the persecuted. And she sort of sought to open the school to train the next generation of adventurers with Xeroth at her side, the dragon you were talking about earlier. Very good. And unfortunately, Onyxara died not long after the school was opened. And alas, she was sort of not around to see this gorgeousness into the fruition. But yeah, so some of you guys came from Moonglow's class. Like, do you guys know any of the legends around why Zeroth is kind of staying here? I know you said it's kind of because he wants to, but there's like a couple others.
Some people believe that he is protecting her hoard, potentially a hoard of gold or whatnot. Others believe that he just doesn't want to take another rider. And then, what was the last one that everybody widely believes?
That he's guarding knowledge and not gold. It's just because it's a school that he has a propensity to guard knowledge.
Most people believe that he sticks around to hoard and guard the knowledge that is here. It's
Yes.
a large school. And I also know that his previous rider was buried below the school. And some people believe that he guards her tomb.
Yes, correct. Amazing. A+ for the day. Well done, Akasha. So yeah, so there's lots of different legends around there, and you're right. The widely believed one is that like Zeroth is guarding books, which is like, oh, snore, but I know I'm like the teacher for like ancient lore and mythos, but like, come on. So my theory is that he is actually guarding Onyxara's never-ending hoard. So this was the legend of this ever-growing pile of gold and jewels beneath the school that will one day bring this land to an era of never-ending prosperity. Now, this is just like a legend, but like, isn't that like so much cooler to think about, right? Like, come on, like so much better than books. Oh my God, it's so fabulous. But like, it's been over 200 years, and no one has like found it. So maybe y'all will discover it. So fun. And then they go into further history about the school, and that class concludes. Is there anything that you want to ask Caxus before heading to your next class?
I think they'll approach and be like, I have a theory as to why he's still here.
Yeah, share with me, superstar. Let's go.
I think, what's the name of the elf again? I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with names.
You're good. Onyxara.
Onyxara. I think that Onyxara is dead in body alone. I think her spirit's still trapped here, and he's stuck here with her. And there's something else going on.
Interesting. I've never heard that theory before. I would love you to tell me more about it. I keep thinking on it. Let that gorgeous, gorgeous legend stew. Come back to me at the end of the week, and we will have that discussion. I love.
Yeah, I will talk with my friend about it because they're really smart. Or she's really smart. I actually don't know their pronouns. I might have to go ask them. And then they go off to find Lexus.
Amazing. All right.
Lexus uses she, her pronouns.
Fabulous. All right. And we're going to cut there, and we're going to go to Fadian and Lexus's third class. So this is Introduction to Fiendish Legalese. And this... Ooh, there we go. There she is. There's our girl. So you enter in, and you see you see an older human woman with thick, big, white, curly hair, aged, wrinkles, with a large raven on her shoulder and a little witch hat. She's kind of in like, old lady clothes. There's a vest involved. And she's kind of just like muttering to herself as she sits at her desk as the students file in. And as you sit down, she welcomes the class. She goes, "Oh, welcome, class. My name is Professor Ophelia Bingle, and I will be your Warlock teacher this year. A little bit about me. I am a pact breaker of the fiendish variety. My pact was with the archdevil." You see, she leans in and she whispers, "Osmodeus." And she's just like a scared shriek as she like looks around. So I will be your guide on this journey, whether you elect to enter into a pact in the future with a fiend or you are currently in one now. I am here to help you with whatever you need. Did you hear that? And she turns her head to the window. And then she picks up the salt that she keeps readily available on her desk and starts sprinkling at the edge of the window. The dark bird on her shoulder sort of squawks, and she settles down. Oh, yes, quite right. Well, where are my manners? This is my darling familiar, Crowboy.
Did Lexus raise her hand and be like,
Yes, my dear, a question.
just quickly. So when you say pact breaker, are you thinking like, you negotiated out of the contract? Or are you just kind of like in breach of this contract at the moment?
Is she a lawyer in training?
Give me an insight check. Actually, Lexus, do this with advantage because of your knowledge of fiendish pacts.
Okay, I have 14 on the first roll, and I roll insight flat. And then it was a 5, so 14.
She stares back at you, and she says, there was a negotiation of sorts. And
Okay. Lexus writes down in potential clients, like, maybe don't do what she did to get Fadian out of the pack.
so I'll say, even with a 14, I will say, in some, that in some of the most, like, ironclad pacts that, like, especially by these really powerful archdevils, warlocks have to give something up of immense value to keep their souls intact and release them from their contract. So it appears to you that maybe this woman, who was known for having a brilliant mind, perhaps gave that up and her sanity to escape this pact.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting.
Yes. Day 1, we are going to learn how to decipher invisible ink. The key is heat source. And her eyes get very, very wide. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no. 10?
Plus 4. Oh, God. That's an 11 plus 4, so 15.
I'll say, Fadian, you managed to stay awake, but I think, Lexus, you are just so well-versed in a lot of this stuff already that you get so bored you fall asleep.
The one that was going to fall asleep in this.
Yeah, I feel like, Fadian, you match her anxious energy, and it's impossible for you to, like, remain calm during this whole thing. Like, you're like, this could be me!
Just like, I don't want this to be
Lexus
me.
is like, I don't have to worry about this.
You're like, oh, God, like, what's this woman actually gonna teach me?
Can I like shake Lexus and be like, can't you take notes for me?
I don't know, like, don't do whatever she did. Like, don't put yourself in the position where you have to give up, like, something that big to get out of a pact.
Dude, what else?
Does Lexus have a copy of her dad's contract?
I think she probably would, because I
Yeah.
think she would know the language of it, and that's why she would know what had happened to him and why he changed.
Right. Great. At the end of class, do you want to show this contract to Ophelia Bingle?
Yeah, do I know, like, the devil who he signed the pact with, or do I just know that he signed the contract?
I'll say you've probably done enough research that you would know the devil.
I guess I'm gonna give it to her and I'm gonna be like, so, and I'm gonna try to do this, like, sneakily. Hypothetically, as someone who has dealt with some archdevils, do you know
Where?
this guy? Okay, the hells and stuff. No, not here, not in this very room with us. We are very safe.
She strokes her bird.
Yes. Do you know anything about this Archdevil.
She snatches the contract. Reading. You can tell in her mind, like, she's, like, analyzing. This is a complicated weave. I see.
Yeah.
This is not your pact, is it?
No. And then I also, like, take out my pact, which is just the giant contract of, with Des. This is somebody who I know. It's a friend of mine's contract.
Oh, I see. She reads yours and goes, this is utter nonsense. I adore it.
Well, you know, when you're making a deal with the devil, you better know the devil.
Quite right. She rolls it up, gives you yours. She goes, might I hang on to this for observation? Or perhaps not.
Can I make? It's very important to me. I don't know if but I do want your advice on what can be done with it, and if there's any way to amend it.
Yes, perhaps my office hours later this week.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yes, excellent. I shall pencil you in, and Crowboy will send you a reminder for your appointment.
Okay, great, awesome.
Yes.
Crowboy blackboard notification.
Yeah. Or it's more like when you leave the doctor and you get a little reminder for your next appointment, like when the date is. Like...
well, thank you, and you know what? Congrats on not being pacted.
Yes, dearie, I'm thankful every day I wake up in the morning.
If you ever want to be in a warlock pack, though, the Archdevil Desididian, he doesn't read the contracts. He can still give you spells.
I shall ponder this after my therapy appointment. And she walks away.
Lexus is glad she's getting therapy.
Fabian goes up to Lexus like, don't go along to that, like, office hours.
Don't go alone. She's just an old woman.
So
made a bad deal.
Yeah, so you see, like, you don't feel any magical presence on her. This is truly just like, she's just like a lady.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she has the capacity for nefarious evil plans. Anyways, Alexis also, like, quickly hides her dad's contract.
Yeah.
For that, just, like, doesn't even register. That's the contract's a thing. So it's just like, well, that could be me in another life, maybe in the future. I'm just.
Yeah, that's not going to be you. Like, we know who you made a deal with. If we could, I don't know. I'm wondering if the key to this, does he care about Adrian? Machiavelli.
From what I know from being around him, like, Adrian is, like, his pride and joy, like, the apple of his eye. Like, Adrian can do no wrong. Like, proper Nepo baby, primed to be the next Archdevil in his place, essentially.
You know what that sounds like to me?
A Nepo baby.
Collateral. What?
Two very different minds.
Please tell
Everybody
me.
here's a Nepo baby.
Please tell me, like, either you or Akasha, probably you, woo him and then just, like, ghost him.
I think we need to have better plans for Adrian, because I'm thinking you got into this pact because Machiavelli made you a deal that you couldn't refuse. And at that point you were willing to take a bad deal. And that's how devils get their way. It's because you clearly are important, because he basically sought you out to make this deal with you when you were desperate, when he knew that you couldn't say no. And all you have to do is flip the tables.
I mean, I don't really know what I have that has value. I mean, I'm a runaway, I collect information, shall we just put it at that?
I mean, you go on adventures in the Feywild, like, my patron never makes me do it. And before you were pacted, my patron never has me do anything like that for him. The most difficult thing I ever had to go do for Dez was go to the market the next town over to get him his snacks. I think that you're way more talented and important than you're giving yourself credit for. And I know that some guy like Machiavelli wouldn't go after you unless you had something to offer to the interests of a very, very powerful archdevil.
He took advantage of because I was just somewhere where I wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, but he could have. I know this whole thing is like taking desperate people, but the thing is, in that situation, you had something he wanted, and he put you in a situation where you couldn't say no. I'm remembering what Adrian was saying when he said something like, "I'm an archdevil son. I don't just put my signature anywhere." What if we could get him to sign something and basically get his soul as a bargaining chip with Machiavelli, and then you could amend your contract?
If Adrian wasn't a paranoid AF because of Machiavelli, look, Machiavelli's taught him well. He's basically priming Adrian to become a big archdevil that can take on warlocks, can take on pacts and contracts. He knows
The bigger
best.
they are, the harder they fall. He's not going to be expected.
and at that, you hear the lunch bell.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to think of what you say, but please, yeah. Any kind of revenge on Adrian would be absolutely approved by me.
Okay. I'm gonna try to talk to him at lunch, and I don't know. I'll see if I can ingratiate myself with that crew.
Please.
Great.
Oh.
All right. So you guys all head to lunch.
I was just gonna quickly give just the quickest of awkward hugs to Alexis. Just be like,
Lexus like,
Cute.
oh, okay, like pat, and
It's like
Lexus
the
internally feels guilty because she is not being as forthcoming with Fadian.
Aww.
hug, but she wanted to do that as like a thank you.
Aww. All right. So cute. I love it. All right, but you guys all head to lunch, and as you're heading in, you see Evelina Ivanov up in arms talking to the headmaster.
Oh.
So if everyone
Wait,
could
I'm seeing this too?
Yeah, you guys are all together at lunch now. So you guys are all seeing this together. So if someone wants to make an insight check to kind of get the vibes, or a stealth check to check and try and see if they can get closer to figure out what they're saying.
Somebody's doing an insight check. I might just give the help because my insight and my stealth
I'm
are
doing
both
the
really
insight.
bad.
I'm doing the
Okay.
insight.
+4.
Okay. What's your Akasha? What's your insight? What's your wisdom modifier?
For insight I have a +4.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys can both roll insight. Like everybody can roll insight if they want.
I'll give the help action to Akasha, so you roll with advantage.
I roll with advantage. Thank you.
That's a 15 +4, so 19.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah. So hostility. She's pissed, and in whatever fashion you have seen him previously, he is quite possibly even more anxious than he was before. But she's like rip shit pissed at him.
Does anybody have good decks?
By warlocks, you guys should have decent decks. Like at least.
My dex is 11 +0.
Okay, I have +1 to dex, so I will.
Yeah, mine's 11.
I'm gonna try to roll.
Charisma, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try to roll stealth to see if I could get closer to here.
Yeah, you can also give yourself guidance if you so choose.
Okay, that's a 12 plus 1, 13, and then I'm gonna roll guidance. And that's a 4, so 17.
Perfect. 15 was the DC. So on a 15, you kind of like slink around where like you're kind of acting like you're going to like get food from a table, but you're kind of just staying there a little bit longer than you should. And you hear her say, "This is serious, Silverleaf. These are powerful poisons. I demand we search the students' rooms now." And then you see Silverleaf say, "You know that's not within our rights, Evelina. Their parents would have a fit, and we're already on thin ice as it is." She goes, "We wouldn't have even been in this position if you didn't just keep your mouth shut." And then she storms off.
I immediately go and relay that to the two of them.
Damn.
Mouth
So somebody
shut?
has a bunch of poison. Yeah.
Why would someone
Mouth-
just keep poison in their room though?
So she
Nefarious activities.
So she is the like alchemy Oh, you're talking about the person that stole them. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, why would someone steal loads and loads of poison?
Because they want to kill a lot of people. I mean, you saw how many people were at that party. Imagine a party like that later in the year, but somebody decides to just spike all the drinks with a little bit of poison.
It's gonna have something to do with the pilot kids, like me. Because this is the first year with the pilot kids being on board, and as Silverleaf said, you know, parents don't like the fact that we've joined.
I 100% buy that.
Hmm.
Like, trust me, I wasn't given a... When I first became part of the nobility, I wasn't exactly given a warm welcome. And I had money. I can't imagine how these people actually feel about people who aren't wealthy and privileged like them, if that was how they would treat somebody who is just wealthy and privileged a little bit later than them.
I mean, the pilot kids. I can't imagine, like, you know, being easily accepted into this kind of prestigious place. I mean, everyone's got money except for, like, me and a couple of other kids.
Yeah, and that... It sucks that, like, people aren't seeing that as, like, a good thing, and that somebody would go so far as to try to hurt people because of it, and that all these, like, prissy-ass parents are fucking upset about it. But
So,
yeah,
stepping over the boundaries and, like, fucking shut up just because of prejudice.
Who do you think could have done this?
That's what I want to
Well,
know.
you know who was passing out all those little flutes for brunch? Wylist. Poison mimosas!
Much as I dislike him, the fact he gave me a brunch flyer when he could have easily just skipped me by.
Well, that's what he's trying to get you guys. Trust me, Wylist has been a total dick ever since my dad got rich. And he's like made all these nasty comments about us. It's like, he's not a good guy.
I don't want to defend him. I bet he is terrible and horrible because he is a man. But
Moot.
I don't think it's him. You guys remember the party, right? Everyone was there but 2 people.
Adrian and Thaddeus.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is Adrian.
I mean, everyone's at this party. No one's paying attention at all.
I mean, the whole reason why I'm thankful to be at this school is because, I mean, I'm trying to run away from Machiavelli. I wouldn't be surprised if Adrian's doing Daddy's little work to try and get pilot kids like me.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised either.
Akasha, give me an Arcana check.
Why is it always me?
You are in tuned. You're the wizard, baby.
I am the wizard baby and I keep rolling low.
Guidance.
Guidance, thank you. What do I do with guidance?
The D4,
You roll the
the
D4.
little triangle.
D4. 11.
On an 11, you feel the faint wisp of very powerful magic leading you out of this cafeteria.
I'm following it.
Yeah.
Wait. All right, guys, are we splitting up? Because I have to go talk to Adrian. So.
Magic. I had to
Magic?
Magic.
Okay, Fadian, do you want to go do magic with Akasha?
Because I'll probably fuck up your plans if I'm anywhere near you with Adrian.
Okay. So I'm gonna go let them go off and do their thing, and I'm going to find Adrian.
Fabulous. All right, so you feel, Akasha, the beckoning of this magic that is so pure. It's almost like sweet, like you can almost like taste sweetness on your tongue. And you follow it, and you find yourself in front of the deputy headmaster's door, the door to her office. A door which, on welcoming day, she said would always be open. A door that is now locked.
Do you know how to pick a lock?
Let me just see. I don't think I have any kind of like thieves tools. No, I don't have any. I've got a crowbar. I've got a crowbar, but I don't got any thieves tools on me. Best spells.
On an 18 plus 5 stealth, Winnie comes up to you and says, "What's going on, guys?"
Hi, Winnie.
Yes. Hello, friend.
There's weird stuff happening here, and I think there's something wrong with the deputy director person here. Magic.
Lovely.
There's something. There's magic. Bad shit.
Bad shit. And you are my friend, and I will be helping. If you will allow me, I would love to help you, my friend, and help you figure out what this is.
Can you unlock it?
I am quite dexterous. I will give it my best shot.
See,
I'm not even fucking joking. She rolled a nat 20.
see, we have Minthara with us. You know, Minthara did this. Everybody thank Minthara.
It is, as they say. She looks at you, Akasha, and goes, "It is, as they say, easy as pie." And she opens it up. No stress at all.
Great.
Spoken with you, Winnie, but you're awesome.
Thank you. I agree.
We will fill you in on everything in detail. Don't worry.
She files in and she says, we ought to head into this room, as it is prohibited to be in here without permission."
Yes.
So you guys,
Why is it?
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
So I was saying, like, well, her door's always open, so why is it locked? Technically, we have the permission if she said that it's always open.
She hasn't been seen since, well, that incident after the party. You know.
Party.
You know when the scream that we heard?
I've seen it.
Okay. Right, so are we in this place now? We in this little place?
Yeah, you were in her office.
Okay. Can we like look around?
Yeah,
Can
you
I
can give me investigation, perception, arcana, depending on like what you guys are looking for.
I'm gonna do Arcana because I'm already sensing like the energy.
You go
And
first.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Winnie's gonna give you the help action, Akasha.
Oh wow. Is that I roll twice for that?
Yep. So you get advantage. So you roll twice, take the higher one.
Okay. 19.
I have to plug in my laptop. I'll be right back.
23.
Yep, go for it. 23?
23.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 23. You see this shit immediately. So this sweet like magic that you are like quite literally like tasting on your tongue. It almost tastes like gumdrops. Like it's like a sticky, tacky sweetness of magic. You recognize it as magic of the Fae, which Lovely Belle is. She's half Fae. And it is coming from this envelope placed on her desk. And I'll even say, I'm not even going to make you roll again. This envelope it has been opened, but the words inside are written with illusory script, which basically is something is written on here as like a ploy, and only those entrusted by Lovely Bell can read what it actually says. So the actual, like the writing that's on there for everyone to see says, it's like some notes about like a staff meeting. It's like some like, but you can tell that this is like illusory. So if you'd like, you can use like, I don't know if you have Dispel Magic or...
I don't have that. But maybe I can pass it off to is it Theodine, or I'm so bad with Theodine.
I'll
Okay.
say if you can get a 20 Arcana.
Me.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to
If you
me.
get a 20 Arcana, I will let you read it.
I was gonna just pass it.
Okay, you can
Wait.
pass it.
Yeah.
Does Lovely Bell trust me with stuff? Because obviously
I don't know. She talked to you.
Maybe. So I look at it. Does anything happen when I look at it?
You look at it and it reads about a staff meeting.
Okay, it says staff meeting. Is that what you read?
No. No, that is what I read. It's magic to keep us from seeing what is in the Damn it.
Yeah, that would mean... Does that mean that she don't trust me? Damn. Girl.
I can see if I can actually read it, but
I'm gonna try... Can I try an Arcana check? Because I've got a +3 with it.
Sure, you can try Arcana. So basically, the illusory script, it's not like a it's I'll say 20 if you get a 20 on investigation, sure. But when I say like if she trusts you, you'd be able to read it. It's more so she wrote it with the intention of someone else reading it. It's not like only seen by people she trusts. Like that is not what illusory script does. It's you designate who is able to read it. You are just not on the list of people who are designated to read it. But you could use a Dispel Magic or a high enough investigation or Arcana to be able to see.
That's a nope.
Do you want to try, Kasha? I'll have Winnie give you the help action.
Oh, okay. I mean, I tried already, but if I'm getting the help action, I'll just roll again.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but...
All right, yeah, whatever is written on this paper eludes you. But, I mean, you could keep it, you could take it with you, you could leave it here. It's up to you.
Taking it.
Yeah, let's go. So you pocket that, and Winnie goes, I believe it would be wise if we exit promptly.
Yes.
Excellent. And she, like, refixes the lock so it looks like you guys weren't even there.
Great.
Awesome. All
Are
right.
we filling her in on everything?
So right now, Lexus is going to see Adrian. So, yeah, what does this look like as you try to approach?
Lexus does like a quick like, and is then just like, "Hi, you're Adrian, right?"
Yeah, I'm Adrian.
Yeah, I just feel so stupid because like the other day, you know, my roommate, she's not even like my friend, you know, we just got like randomly assigned. She's one of those pilot program kids. Yeah, you know, poor people, they suck. I shouted all this legalese at you, and then I realized I was like totally wrong. You wouldn't have been liable for 2 counts of battery. You would have only been liable for 1. And I just think that I should really have known better than to question like the son of an archdevil on legalese. Like I don't know anything.
Give me a deception check. What was it?
Shout out to the 2 crew.
No!
But, deception, I add 6, so technically that's an 8. I'm gonna give myself guidance. Oh, that was the one thing I was supposed to be good at. Okay, that's another 2, so that's a 10 deception.
10 is not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he rolled a 14 on insight without any of his modifiers. Yeah, he goes, that was very cute, but I'm not buying it.
Okay, then we're gonna go the other road now. And so Lexus is gonna cast Thaumaturgy on herself. And so the way that this works is it basically punctuate. I know that there's like explanations in the spell, and like the spells, and like it could like boom your voice, but I wanted to like punctuate it with the thing of a gavel. What are your plans with my roommate? What do you want with her here? And whatever you're planning, don't do it, or I'm gonna send you back to your dad in separate pieces.
Intimidate with advantage, go.
Okay, so first it's a 15 plus 4, so 19. Oh, and then it was lower. And I think I still have guidance. Oh wait, no, I don't actually. I don't think I have guidance still.
19 is plenty. That is great. Yeah, so he kind of like you went the kiss ass route, and that is just so not Lexus. That is just so not you. You're like, nope, I'm good at telling people how it fucking is, and like letting them know when they're fucking wrong. And you stand up and you like summon this like authority within you of just like, I am so fucking sick of these people who think they can just do whatever they want, and I'm sick of devils, and I'm sick of this shit. And you roar in anger at this piece of shit, and he is like taken aback by this energy coming from you, which was initially very docile and is now authoritative and very intimidating. So he goes, Jesus, what the fuck? No, nothing. No, I didn't. Why would I want anything to do with that little ratling?
Why weren't you at the party yesterday?
Because
entire school was there. I noticed you and Thaddeus Chadius were mysteriously missing.
Because I don't fuck around with freshmen. That's fucking weird.
Oh, so you do have standards.
Oh, God, he's like, I do have standards, darling, actually.
Stop fucking around with my friend.
I'm not fucking around with your friend. Why would I fucking care? Yeah, I like to be a fucking bitch, but it's like, what do you mean? What do you think I'm doing here?
I don't know, I think you're up to nefarious purposes. You have that vibe about you.
Oh, I've got a vibe. I've got a vibe up. You've got a vibe about you.
That's a perfect prima facie case. You would know that. Rule 8. The standard to dismiss a complaint is you only have to allege a prima facie case.
Give me an insight check on this guy.
I have such bad. That's an 8.
It's an 8. Yeah, you can't tell whether he's telling the truth or whether he's lying.
Okay.
I what?
Hello. Don't act like you weren't just all scared. Little boy. Don't act like that didn't just happen. I've got my eye on you. Okay, I've got no, I did it first. You better be watching out for me.
Are you the only?
I've got my eye on.
Yeah, and I've got my eye on you. Do you think you're the only one with eyes?
Well, I've got my eye on you first. It's not as impressive if you would do it the second time. You're only looking up for me because you know I'm looking up for you.
Do I need to have a better reason?
Yes, that is unbeatable logic on my behalf. You better stay away from my client. I will subpoena you. And you know what? I'm still waiting on a signature for that written apology. I'm gonna get that. And then she's gonna go leave.
Amazing. That's so good. Yeah, you tell this motherfucker to fuck off. You're not getting any real information out of him, but he could be telling the truth, he could be lying, you don't know. From there, you have another class. We are barreling through. The fourth class you are entering is Basic Charms and Hexes with Professor Vexine Tlinorza. Boop, 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 boop. Going back and forth between the session 1 and session 2 characters. Exhausting. Here we go. He stands at the front of the class, long white hair, piercing red eyes, a uninterested smirk on his face. Just kind of sneer. Looking around at all of you. Give me an insight check. Anyone that would like to make one.
That's 4.
10.
That's an 11 plus 4, so it's 15.
I also got a 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
The 10 is enough. The vibes you get from this guy is he feels that this class is beneath him.
Great. Gonna get along just fine.
Are many other drow like this? Remember, Akasha is a drow.
Yeah.
So
Winnie sits next to you and goes, I'm not.
I'm gonna skip right to the front and like on the the desk at the front row and just be like, hi. Just like massive shit stirrer.
Hello.
I'm very excited for this class.
Don't be.
Oh,
Magic is an art. It is truth. This is not something I expect any of you to understand, especially those of you from more humble backgrounds. The studies.
Alexis
these
is writing down
classes.
on her list.
Yeah, what does everybody do? What does everybody... Akasha, you first.
I just go, oh, you're classist.
Alexis reaches over and gives Akasha a high five.
He, I think, doesn't make a point to either confirm or deny that or even acknowledge that comment.
It's very
I'm just like,
disappointing.
oh, he means me.
I do
Alexis
think
also goes to give Fadian a high five.
He goes, the studies of a wizard take discipline, elegance, and sophistication. Many of you will discover that in time. The highest caliber of magic will exceed your capabilities. Lower your expectations now, and if I never see you in my class again, just know that that makes you perfectly average. Observe. And he points to Bugsy. And he goes, ew, goblin boy. And Bugsy goes, my name is Bugsy, sir. He goes, I didn't ask. What are the material components of a true resurrection spell? And Bugsy pauses and he goes, and he's like thinking to himself and he's like going back in his like mind palace. I know this. It's holy water and diamonds. And he goes, what about a soul cage spell? And he goes, a soul and a cage. And he goes, suppose that one was too easy. Last spell, Abi Dalzim's horrid wilting. And he's like struggling. He's like going back and forth. He can't think of the name of the spell. He's never heard it. He doesn't know the components. And then the professor like goes back and forth. Does anyone know?
Would I know as Akasha? Well, I am a necromancer.
Yeah, give me an arcana.
Yeah, hold up.
I mean, Fadian's just like fucking with this guy.
Do I get advantage because I'm
Totally.
a necromancer, or
I'll give you advantage, yeah.
Puts her hands up and is basically like, trick question that don't exist.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18?
18? So I'll say on an 18 you do know. He points to you and goes, no. And he points to, does Akasha raise her hand?
Akasha stands up, actually.
Yeah.
Because Bugsy's her little guy.
Yeah,
Look.
Bugsy's your buddy.
Yeah.
So you would know that it's sponge is the material component of that spell.
It's a sponge, and if you can stop picking on my friend, I would really like that.
Alexis prestidigitation's a vine boom.
Thank you.
He looks at you and he goes, very good. And I'm not picking on anyone. And if anyone would dare to question how I run my classroom, I would happily see any of you in detention.
I'll take that.
Lexus is here.
See,
I don't
Ryan,
like stuck-up people like you. You don't get to run around here pointing at people who are less fortunate than you and treating them like that. Bugsy did his best. Okay? He answered all your little questions until it came to that last one, and you didn't need to question him that hard. I will take detention. And then she sits back down.
Lexus.
Amazing. All right, Lexus.
On behalf of my clients here, I would just like to say that in reading the school's bylaws, I noticed a recent amendment. It says neither professors nor students may discriminate against a fellow faculty or student based on class, race, class meaning D&D class in this situation, gender identity, sexual orientation, and most recently added to the bylaws of about a year ago, so this should be fresh in your mind, socioeconomic status. So you cannot be sending us to detention, and you cannot be treating some members of this class differently than others in a negative way, because that is discrimination. And I don't think my father, the inventor of the Caesar salad, would appreciate you doing that.
I don't think my father would like that either. My father, Dracula.
I don't got a dad, but mic drop.
He waits for you to finish your speech and he goes, "In what world is asking one of my students a question a crime?"
Well, you have to look at the totality of this. It's not a crime, but it's a violation of the student code of conduct.
How so? Am I not allowed to ask my students questions in my own classroom?
It's a totality of the circumstances test. You indicated earlier that you had some animosity towards those of us who have come from, as you would say, more humble beginnings. And that, along with you picking on that particular student, asking him about spells that he's never heard of in a clear attempt to humiliate him, maybe you'd win. But you know what? That is still a case. That is still a case that we could build. And I don't think you want to be embroiled in the administrative procedures of this school for that long.
You see,
Fine.
on that bitch, he says, detention.
Fine. We have constitutional rights. We have rights.
You see, like, the way that he responds, he, like, kind of smirks, and he goes, "You might have something there, but I'd like to see you actually try to bring it to fruition. I gave your friend detention because they disrupted my classroom."
Now do
I
it
answered
again.
your question correctly.
I would imagine after that. But that's fine. I've never had an issue with problem students before. I imagine you will all be the same. And he goes back to the blackboard.
Akasha's just thinking, I'm gonna have my father hunt this man.
Amazing!
Never made con that.
Amazing.
My father impales people, you motherfucker.
Winnie, like, leans over to you, Akasha, and goes, "That was really cool, friend. That was a really cool thing you did."
It helps when your father's an impaler, so he won't be here for long.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that definitely helps, but I still think that was really brave. I mean, there's lots of people with powerful parents here that kept their mouths shut, and she kind of, like, you see that she's kind of inward, like, a little upset that she didn't say anything.
It's okay. I mean, he's kind of an intimidating guy, but I've dealt with men like that before. I've eaten men like that, actually.
Amazing. You see that he sees Winnie talking, and he points to her, he goes, "Winnie, Windfree Willow." And she goes, "Yes." And he goes, "You're Zara's little sister, aren't you?" And she goes, "Yes." And, like, puts her head down. And he goes, "Let's hope you can keep up like she did." and turns back to the board, and Winnie's face falls.
Can I cast Mage Hand so that I can tie the professor's shoelaces together?
You can try, make like a, I'll say make...
Sis also cast Mage Hand to help with this. So there's two hands.
You are both gonna have to make a stealth check, and then also a dexterity check, and be able to pass both if you're going to do this.
I'm already in detention. I don't know, baby. Let's go.
As you guys do that, I'm gonna just reach over and grab Winnie's hand and like hold her hand.
She squeezes.
17 on stealth. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Stealth check. That's a shout out to the Sly Five.
Oh, fuck.
So it's a 17 on stealth, and then for dexterity, that's a 10.
Yeah, so that's not gonna do it. So he points to you, Fadian, and goes, "Detention."
Yeah.
As you squeeze Winnie's hand, she kind of like squeezes it back in silence, but she doesn't meet your eyes.
I can actually send message. Can I send message to her?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna send a message, and I'm gonna be like, "Don't let that freak get to you."
She, in her little Winnie voice, just goes, "Thanks, best friend."
I'm obsessed with her.
Best friend status.
I love Winnie so much. I'm like tearing up. Okay, amazing. All right, so he continues on with class. You guys are introduced to sort of basic spells like Detect Thoughts and Shield. He moves very fast through his lessons, so Akasha seems to have a pretty decent time like keeping up because she's studied like a lot of magic, being a wizard. But you two are actually kind of struggling to keep up with his lessons.
I'm not gonna let him know that.
Yeah. As the class... Oh, go ahead.
Can I tell that they're struggling?
I would say, like, as the class is going on, you're probably focused in enough that, like, maybe it doesn't occur to you, but that's definitely something you can revisit when you guys have, like, downtime later in your dorm. And we're just gonna barrel on through because our friend across the pond is late. So as you head into the hallway, you see Thad and Adrian starting to shove Bugsy around.
All right.
Lexus
okay.
is gonna go up to them again.
Yeah.
So
You two, I'm gonna do a brief consultation.
yes.
You two, if you want to hit him, go for it, but you have to wait until they're hitting Bugsy. That way you'll be legally clear.
When I hit, I mean to kill. So maybe let's not give me that.
Let her kill Adrian, please.
Lexus, as you say legally clear, you turn around and you see that Athenia, Princess Athenia, has actually come to his side at this point. There she is.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm still gonna go up there and, like,
so Athenia...
boys.
Yeah, as soon as Athenia shows up, they stop. And she kind of like cradles Bugsy's face to like look to see if he's injured.
Akasha's approaching.
Yeah, I'm still going there. Boys. What was I telling you about battery? And Adrian, how did I say, what was the state that I said I would send you back to your little devil daddy if I saw you picking on any of my clients again? Bugsy is a great client.
I believe it was putting me in pieces or something, but nice.
Yeah, I think I said specifically I would send you back to your father in separate pieces.
I'd like to see you fucking try.
I can try.
Okay,
Yeah.
try. Just like runs up and that Lex is like, no, pull back.
No,
Yeah.
at this point.
the little machine in Kara's brain is doing the lawyer stuff.
I'm doing the lawyer stuff. No, she would be like, you know what? When it comes down to it, but right now I'm satisfied to kick your ass in court, and I prefer to have that upper hand at the moment, and I will be expecting a signature on that apology that you already issued to my friend Gongor, friend and client. And I would expect you to issue the same to my friend and client, Bugsy.
He walks away.
I'm going to feast on his flesh.
It might be spicy since he's an archdemon.
Can I? Oh, I'm gonna do something stupid.
Oh god.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. She already has detention. She's just gonna let them walk away. But she is going to put in her notebook, get revenge.
Yeah, let's go. Love it. Yeah, Athenia's just kind of like holding Bugsy and like making sure that he's okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna check up on them and be like, hey, sorry about that, man. They suck.
Sorry, yeah, they hit
Just
his
eat him.
fucking face. And she's like,
In his face?
Douche.
yeah,
Adrian's a douche, and we will get what
These fucking classist assholes.
yeah.
I
Bugsy's
can
like,
eat him.
Bugsy like kind of makes a joke about it. He's like, what? You think this is the first time I've been hit in the face?
hitting the
Eh. He's like, it's all good, it's okay. And Athenia's like, no, it's not. It's not okay. They're like,
I can still eat them. It's on the table. Like, it's on the table.
Take Akasha and Lexus and just pull them back, like, let them have their moments. Come on.
I just
they
want to
gonna
let them
kiss?
know that like at some point with those two, the pen is gonna have to change to the sword.
yeah.
Like I'm done taking shit from. I've known him 2 days and I'm done taking shit
Yeah.
from this Adrian guy.
Bugsy kind of like stands up and is like, guys, like it's really okay. Like you guys already stood up for me in that fucking assholes class. Like I really don't need you getting in trouble for me. Like I'm really just trying to stay under the radar here. Not the first time I've taken a couple punches. I'm okay.
Hey, listen, if I'm okay to take you off the radar, and you know what? If they want to punch me in the face, it would probably work. I'm a warlock. I don't really have AC. But I'd rather have the heat on me for annoying them than for them to have the heat on you just because they think that you can push them around. Because I know that they can't. Like you're gonna do way more with your life than they're ever gonna do with theirs. Like what is Thaddeus Chattius? Thaddeus Chattius isn't even a good paladin. His mom's just a god or whatever. And he thinks he's so cool and he thinks he's so funny at all the functions. But his girlfriend dumped him. He was really upset about it. I could tell.
He's really ugly.
With Adrian, he still sleeps in a race car bed.
Alexis
Athenia
writes that down as leverage.
Athenia kind of like giggles to herself at that. Like she's not supposed to laugh at it, but she thinks it's very funny. And then the bell rings for your last class.
Well, what's our last class? Hold up. I think
It is Introduction to Arcane Musicality. It's basically like the equivalent of like the music credit for like the art credit for like Westerly Academy.
great. Yeah, that's great.
So you guys
Like Feywild death metal shirt on, so she's excited.
amazing. All right, so you
I
head
feel like
in.
Akasha is writing down somewhere. She found something, and she's writing down, send letter to dad telling him to kill people.
A list? Give him a list?
Akasha, you have like a little notebook that says like Akasha's Book of Discovery for like writing down new things that you learned.
Yeah, and there's one that's just like this like list of people that will die. And then it's like Thaddeus, that's his name. Thaddeus, the other guy, whatever, the ugly Adrian, the professor bitch. And then that's like the 3 names that they got so far, and they're like, I'm going to send a letter to dad.
Amazing. I love it. Okay, so you enter your 5th class, and it is Introduction to Arcane Musicality. And you see that the room is it's probably the biggest classroom that you've entered. It's like white like linoleum floors. There's like bars on the side for like ballet, like preparation dancing. There's a small like orchestra in the corner. And there's like mirrors all around and various instruments kind of like hanging on the walls. It's beautiful in here. There's like nice open windows. There's lots of like really cool lighting happening here. There's like different like mushrooms to give like different colored lighting. It's really vibey and cool in here. And as you all enter, you see your professor Professor Bernal Galante. And he steps to the front of the class and he claps his hands and he goes, "We are so used to harnessing the power of magic through dusty tomes and scrolls. In this class, you will free yourself from the bonds of formality and access the fire within your soul. In arcane musicality, we will use the power of passion, music, and dance to bring foes to their knees." And you see he gets on his knees and so dramatic. He steps up. Give me a... We've been doing so many history checks, but give me another history check.
The history checks on all of them.
That hit on a 19, and then it immediately rolled over into that one.
No!
That's
You...
a 6 + 1, so that's a 7 from me.
I have a 14.
Excellent.
That's
On a 14, you can tell, so this is Bernal Calante. He's basically the most famous bard, in the entire world. And he's teaching at this school. He has been, out of practice for a while. When he is spoken of, he has, black hair. He's, much younger. And he's kind of been, out of the game for a while. But this is him. This is Bernal Calante. This is the most famous bard in the world who's kind of gone underground in the past, 5 to 7 years. You've, listened to, some of his, records, I guess.
Describe his music. What's his music like?
All kinds of stuff. There's ballads, there's upbeat, he really is, kind of a master of his craft. I feel like because he has made music for so long, he's kind of touched a lot of genres, but the reason why he's become so famous is because he embodies an incredible musical talent and singing talent and instrumental talent, but also incredible dance as well. So he just embodies beautiful performance, and that is the reason why he was able to catapult into celebrity essentially.
Okay. Give me a name of a goth band, and we'll just go from there. It's just just off the top of your head.
Oh yeah. So he was featured on Bats Without Wings.
Okay, yeah, that's Akasha loves that band, loves that album, whatever it is, loves it.
Yes.
And is I know him. I know who he is.
Yeah,
He was on my favorite song. What was it?
Cloaked in
Lesbian Vampires from Outer
Shadow.
Space. Please tell me you guys actually know that song. It's an actual goth song. Look it up. It's called Lesbian Vampires from Outer Space.
I'm looking that up immediately after this. The song that you remember it's called Cloaked in Shadow, and it's this very high gothic, gorgeous song with just incredible vocals from him. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to get an autograph.
Yeah. So he's on the ground in his feels. How are Lexus and Fadian reacting, not having known who this person is?
I rolled a nat 1, so I'm just he's just a guy. He's a guy.
He's the guy though.
He's just amazed at the musicality. She adores music. That's her passion. She absolutely loves music. So this guy just being you can cast and do magic with music.
Mm-hmm.
She's just there
That's amazing. All right, I love that. Yeah, so he steps up, he snaps his fingers, and the entire class is now in dance uniforms, athletic wear. And it's this type of athletic wear that's somehow a cross between silk and linen. It's incredibly breathable and light, but it's also soft. And it just kind of perfectly flows with your movements. As you move, it's almost the clothes are in tandem with you. And it's perfectly fitted, not too tight, not too loose. And I guess the fantasy version of ballet slippers on your shoes.
Clean clothes. Spadian's worn in a week.
Yeah. And then to your right, you see a bunch of cubbies where everybody's clothes are folded perfectly in each individual cubby just at the snap of his fingers. This is a very powerful spellcaster. And he goes, "First, we dance." And you guys sort of start with some light stretching, and there's a phantom orchestra kind of playing in the corner of, like, his old band that has, like, died. They're, like, still there because they just love him so much. Like, their unfinished business is the fact that they just can't get enough of this guy. So there's, like, all different strings in the corner there, just playing for you guys. And there's also a painter in the corner that is, like, cataloging this class. It's, like, almost like a Degas, like, painting, like, capturing beauty in motion, as you guys all are in there. So if you could all give me either athletics, acrobatics, or performance, whichever you would prefer.
Okay, I'm gonna do
+4.
performance. Okay, it did land on the 19 this time. 19, and I have a +4 to performance, so that is
Yes.
a 23? Yeah, 23.
23, Lexus. You come out, and it's like something about the clothes or the vibe. How does Lexus, like, connect with the music and the movement that's happening here on this 23?
So pissed off at everything. Like, at this moment, like, she's sick of seeing her friends get pushed around. There's all this stuff happening, and she doesn't know what's going on. And then she had to deal with Wireless Pearl handing out his stupid invitations to brunch today. And she's also in detention. And also, I think she's, like, kind of starting to feel the tightness of Fadian being so open, like, Fadian and Akasha being so open with her. And she's, like, not telling them something fairly serious about herself yet.
Yeah, so you feel all of this, like, pressure kind of, like, build in you, and it's just like, I need to get this out of my body. I need to let go of this because it's going to freaking cripple me. Like, so you're just like doing the combination across the floor, and you're doing the arms fully, and you're, like, into it, and it maybe isn't, like, the most technical, but Bernal, like, feels your passion, and he goes, "Yes, beautiful, give it, feel it deep, give it to me, oh, amazing, fantastic, feel it, anger, passion, beautiful." And as you go across, it's like flying colors, exactly what he was looking for, like, so good. And you head around. Fadian, what did Fadian roll?
A 12 and then +4, that's 16.
Okay.
Yeah, +4, 16.
Yeah, 16 is, like, enough, like, promise, where he's like, "Yes, gorgeous, fix the arm, longer, yes, wonderful, and bring here, yes, right." So he's got, like, a few corrections, but he's like, okay, there's promise here, there's something to work with. And then you head out. How does Akasha do on this?
I rolled really bad, so it's like a 4. She's not a dancer at all, so she's, like, kind of just standing there.
I think Akasha also maybe is just still, like, a little bit starstruck in this moment.
Yeah.
And is, like, trying to cope with the fact that, like, she thinks this person is really cool and is trying to, like maybe impress them but doesn't know how to do it. And he, like, goes up to Akasha and, like, holds your hands, and he goes, "I feel it in your soul, your need to express." He goes, "You can do it. We shall do it together." And you are, like, dancing across this floor with this person that you admire so deeply. He's going to help you through, and you can roll again. You have the help action.
12?
Yeah, 12 is good. So he's 12 was a significant improvement from a 4. And he goes, "Amazing, beautiful," and then he twirls you and then sends you off as more students come in. And I'm going to roll for all of our friends here, and we are going to see. Bugsy is going to roll acrobatics because he has a very good dex. Oh, yeah, that's a 17 plus, like, I think, like, 3. Yeah, so he gets an unnatural 20, and he's, like, skipping across, and he's, like, very, very light on his feet as a goblin. He's got that, like, goblin dexterity. And, yeah, he's just whisking across the floor. He's kind of feeling himself. He also has, like, felt the stresses, and he's like, "I just need to get this out of my body. All right, yeah, nothing matters except the dance." And then Winnie's gonna go. Oh, nice. Winnie also did very well. Winnie, I think, is very, you can tell that she's, like, very technically practiced. Or like maybe perhaps she like has taken dance classes before, like did like something like a ballet or whatever growing up. And very practiced, very elegant, maybe lacking in that like passion, but still just like beautiful and elegant. Athenia. Athenia does pretty good. She gets like an 18, so she's also like maybe a little bit shy about like dancing in front of other people, but she also like looks very beautiful. Perhaps she's taken dance classes before. Galandry, who I might be mean and have her roll with disadvantage because she is so hungover. Okay, she still rolled pretty well. That's like a 14. So she's like kind of like half-assing. You think that like if she had the energy, she might be doing a lot better than she's doing. But she still looks okay. She passes enough. Is there anyone else? Oh, should I do one for Silas?
Yeah.
He's a rogue.
I'm rooting him to fail.
Yeah, he's a rogue, so he's very dexterous. Oh, he got a 12. So he, I think, is maybe tripping over his feet a little bit. You on your 23, he's like stunned. He's like, what the fuck? And he maybe is like a little bit jealous.
Can I hex Dex? Can I hex his Dex?
If you hex, you know Bernal's gonna counterspell that. He goes, you must feel the freedom of the dance. Amazing. All right, so you guys conclude your class. You're nice and sweaty. You've been running around. You had a really good time. And your first day of school is now over. Now, we are kind of late into the day. Do we want to do like mystery downtime, or do we just like feel like we're really tired, want to go to sleep, and then start up the mystery next episode?
I think Lexus would just
being hungover.
Yeah.
Lexus would just want to quickly kind of like talk to Galandry, because I know that she's like kind of like knows the gossip.
Yeah.
And kind of want to be like, so do you know like what the deal is with the headmaster? Because I saw him the other day and he was acting like kind of weird and like super nervous before assembly, and I just don't know why that would be.
Yes, from what I understand, he's always been very paranoid and neurotic. I don't know if you've noticed, but I didn't see Lovely Belle anywhere. And I don't know if maybe like
either.
I'm not sure like if that has had something to do with it, because like again, I don't know where the hell she would be. Because this is like her baby. Like pilot program was her baby. I don't know where the hell she is. Like she was very passionate about all of this going right.
But a lot of people are really mad at her about that, and I wonder if somebody wanted to get rid of her because they're invested in this program failing.
It's certainly possible. That's honestly what I'm worried about. But like, from what I understand, a lot of the pushback was coming from the parents. Like the teachers were fairly fine with inviting other students. I mean, other than like a few, you know, I'm sure.
Other than the hex guy, right?
Yeah, that guy fucking sucks, yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
But, no, I mean, like Evelina, like, she was fine with it. Like, Moonglow was fine with it. Like, from what I understand, everyone was on board. I don't know anyone here that would have wanted her gone. From the staff, anyway. But what do I know? And she kind of, like, takes a sip of her, like, water. That's, like, her little, like what do I know?
Hey, you know what? I'll give you a piece of juicy gossip right now if you promise me to give me a piece of juicy gossip at a later date.
She leans in and she goes, oh, darling. She goes, you know I'm going to give you the juicy gossip either way, but I will take whatever you've got for me.
I do want you to know this. Evelina and Moonglow, they're in love with each other. They're 100% in love with each other.
Darling, they're married.
What?
She goes, that was your juicy gossip.
Yeah.
She goes, they both have matching rings on their fingers.
I have not all of us are druids. I have really terrible wisdom. I was excited about that.
It was, you know what, darling, it was a fair shot. You're getting better. You're getting better. I will have you say, I will say that.
Okay. Well, this is why I need you to provide the juicy gossip later in the semester. And Lexus is also going to give Galandril a business card and be like, this will aid us when we need to make discovery requests about any capers that may or may not be going on at this school.
Absolutely, darling. Feel free to stop by our room anytime. We would love to have you. And she tucks it away and she goes, and I'll keep my eye out for anything weird going on with the headmaster as well, because, I mean, he has been more neurotic lately, but I do think that's because of all the, like, change happening here.
He hasn't been. Has he always been this paranoid though?
From what I understand, he's always been neurotic and anxious. But
Okay.
I'm like, it seems as it's gotten worse. I don't know if that's because of the pilot program and all of the parents that are up in arms, or if it's because Lovely Bell is gone. But he's kind of always been a little bit off, shall we say.
I'll keep an eye out for Lovely Bell and an eye on the headmaster. I've got my eyes in a couple different places right now.
Yes.
But I'll keep an eye out for them. You could do the same, and hopefully I will have something to tell you that you don't already know.
Yes, of course, darling. And I'll keep my eyes out as well. I'll let you know if anything comes up, okay?
Right, cool. And she goes to run to those two, like, guys, they're married! They were married!
Going to ask anyways.
Amazing.
Can I just see if I'm able to locate Gongor, just to like ask about if he saw the berry at all, the glass berry throughout the day?
Yeah, you can run to see Gongor. Also, if there's anything you want to do about the note in your pocket, Akasha.
Oh, yes. So I am going to go over to Alexis and be like, I found this. I may or may not have broken into the senior headmaster's office with the help of my friend. Shh, don't tell anybody.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. Legally, I didn't hear that.
Okay,
Also,
thank you.
attorney-client privileged.
I found this, and she's gonna pass it over. I trust you with it to be able to decipher what's on it, but there's a spell on it that can only... That's hiding what the note actually says, and only people that the person who wrote it can... Only the people that the person who wrote it trusts can, read it. And I was unable to decipher it, and yeah, so your turn.
I don't have Dispel Magic, and I'm not great at, would Dez have Dispel Magic?
Des would probably have, hold on, let me check who has Dispel Magic. Dispel Magic, I think, is Clerics, Druids, Paladin, Sorcerer, World. No, he absolutely would. He would have Dispel Magic.
Okay, first Akasha, I need to do something from my contract. Have you considered giving up? Have you considered derelicting on your duties and maybe, like, just not, and just chilling out, and not being so ambitious, and giving in to the feeling of sloth?
No.
Okay, good. That's all I needed to do. It's for my contract. And I'm gonna try to shake the bag of, like, Cheez-Its, or, like, Cheetos, to try to summon Des.
Yeah, so he apparates, like, through the floor. And he's like, what the fuck is up, Lexus? Good to fucking see you. Oh, is that for me? Can I have that? Can I?
Yeah, of course. I'm contractually obligated to give you this.
Yes.
But,
Delicious.
as part of our agreement, if you'll look at Article 3, also Des, this is Akasha. Akasha, this is Des.
So,
I've recently tried to convince Akasha to turn to sloth, but she's not that interested at the moment. I'll keep working on it though.
yeah, we'll get her. We'll get her one day. Yeah, I believe in you.
We'll get her.
Yeah.
We'll get her. According to Section 3, Article 2, Clause A, subsection lowercase a, I of our contract. Yeah, I know you didn't read it, but, like, I'm just gonna tell you what it says. It says that I can count on you occasionally when you know a spell that I don't know, just to come here and just cast that spell, and then you can leave, and I'll give you. I think I took some food from lunch, and I'm like, and if you do it, you'll get this food from lunch, but you have to cast Dispel Magic first. Dispel Magic this paper.
Fine. There you go.
That's why you're the best. Yes, here you go.
Yes.
This is why you're the best patron.
Yeah, I know I'm the fucking best. I fucking rule. All right, see ya. And he goes into the floor again.
Right.
So, as you dispel magic, I have two computers that I'm using right now, so I'm, like, going back and forth between them. As he casts dispel magic, you take a look at the paper, and it says, taken beneath school. Don't trust staff. Essence fading. Find Onyxara.
The adventurer.
Her
Okay.
corpse. Oh,
Akasha, you were right. Wait, I
it's
wasn't
what
in that
thought
class.
it
I don't
was.
know that they said that.
I'll say
Okay,
on lunch you guys like caught up about that.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Okay.
The dragon is here because the lady is underneath the school and she's still here. That's who was
Well,
calling
that
out to
might
us.
be Lovely Bell. Don't trust this. Who in the staff could be? Oh my god! If it's maybe I shouldn't trust the warlock teacher then. But if it's Evelina, that's gonna be so upsetting. It's gonna be devastating. I think. Wait, where's Fadian during? Oh, Fadian ran off to look for Gongor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing and Gongor's like obviously on my agenda, but
Yeah.
for this reason.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, we'll cut away from there as you guys are going back and be like, oh my god, the mystery! And we'll come over to, like, Gongor, who's, like, kind of, like, rubbing his muscles. He's had, like, a long day of, like, lifting all this shit, and he's about to start up again as you guys have dinner. And he's just kind of looking very tired.
They're looking at his muscles, and I have to take a moment to be like, oh man. Okay. Then just goes and it's like, hey.
Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, Fadian, how you doing?
Hi. I was wondering if like you had seen the glass barrier I told you about, if you had any luck with that.
Yeah, no, I didn't see anything. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have a ton of free time today to look around as much as I would have liked to, but I'll keep looking when I have time. It's been kind of crazy back here. But I'll keep looking. Yeah. You know.
Can I do like an insight check on that?
Yeah.
Luckily I have +4 on this. That's a 2. 4.
Yeah, I
Shout
mean,
out to the 2 crew.
yeah, I mean it's like he looks like he's fucking exhausted.
Okay. You look. Don't take this in the wrong way. You look exhausted.
I am. Oh no, I'm not trying to hide anything. I am so fucking exhausted.
Do you need like? Can I offer like a back massage? Do you want more?
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Okay, so the first one's a 5. Absolutely not. Second one's a 3. But luckily I've got +4, so it would be a 9.
As you are like, do you want me to like rub your muscles? His dad walks in.
It's like, I wasn't doing anything. Nope.
and like Gongor's face just like beat red, so embarrassed. Like, oh, and then Ogar comes in, oh, what's going on in here, guys? What do we got another little helper today or what? And Gongor goes, no, Dad, this is Fadian. You remember Fadian? She just came by to visit. She lost what was it? It was like a little like glass thing, like a little
glass berry sort of thing. It's something that's really precious to me.
Yeah, it was this like little blue glass thing. She couldn't find it. And Ogar goes, "Whoa!" He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. You know, I'll keep an eye out. I've never been the most perceptive fellow, but I'll try my darndest. I'll let you know if I see anything back here. Did you think you lost it back here, or what? Where do you?"
Probably lost it at some point last night, but you know, any and all help for it is great, and I know Gongor's been absolutely fantastic with trying to help me look for it, so you know, can't ask for anyone better.
Yeah, it's my sweet boy, and he like puts a very strong arm on his son, who he clearly loves so very much, and he's like, "Dad, stop. It's okay. Like, it's good." And he's like, "Oh, I just love my boy," and he like gives him like a little hug. He's like, "He's just the best, isn't he? Isn't he just like the fucking best?"
It's like a little nod, just like, yeah, he is.
Gongor kind of smiles, even though he's mortified. Um, and I think we're gonna close out of that. And then, do you guys want to head back to your rooms and do a quick little wrap up of the mystery stuff, and then we'll save any extras for next time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fabulous. So you guys head back to your dorm, have a little bit of downtime, and you're looking
And
at.
we would, I think, fill in Fadian on the note.
Yeah, so and I'll type this out for you, just so you guys all have it in the chat. But just going through again, the note says, "Taken beneath school, don't trust staff, essence fading, find Onyxara."
You know what this essence would be, Fadian? Because, like, you said Lovely Bell is Fae. And you're familiar with that.
Imagine if it's something to do with something with the Feywild, an essence that is found in the Feywild.
I kept. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the problem is, I wish that I could just go into the Feywild and just take a look around. However, without the berry,
You don't have
can't.
your thing.
No. And unless I get that back, Machiavelli's gonna be pissed off. But even more so, Lovely Bell's gonna be missing, and she's my girl. But it's likely it is an essence of something that is from the Feywild. That's my best guess. And yeah, don't trust any of the teachers, even the ones that we fuck with.
Do you think that maybe it wasn't the two dickheads that took your berry, but what's her name again? What's the name of the person that sent the letter?
So
Lovely Bell.
this was in Lazuli
Lovely Bell?
Lovely Bell's office. Yeah.
Do you think it could have been Lovely Bell that took it?
Why she would do that if she gave it to me in the first place?
I'm wondering if
She gave
maybe
it to
would
you?
Yeah, she gave it to me on my first day.
Huh.
She was on my
Maybe it would be
Facebook
somebody who's
thing.
involved with taking her then.
The
Who knew
staff.
that you had it. Yes.
The
One of the
staff.
staff.
I was close enough.
Easily say that. Definitely root out anyone who probably would have a connection with the Feywild, I would say.
What was that letter for? It was for somebody, and we know it wasn't for you because I had you read it, and who would that letter have been for?
I'm wondering if maybe we can trust Evelina because she was having that whole conversation with, I don't trust the headmaster. I think the headmaster he seems like anxious. He seems like he could be set up as sort of a stooge for the interest of these wealthy parents in stopping the pilot program. But like, I don't know. We'll have to check the vibes of all of our teachers when we're in class with them to see who we can trust. And then maybe we'll narrow it down because somebody who she trusts would probably be somebody who's like on the staff.
I agree with that.
But for now, I don't know what else there is that we can do. Like, we can't just go gallivanting around in the bottom of the school looking for Lovely Bell because we don't. The last time we tried to figure out what was happening, something basically magically kidnapped us and unharmed that time. But we don't know if they're going to do the same thing this time.
Tapped into her magic before. I know what it feels like. I could try again, maybe tomorrow or during the night
I would
or
say
something.
we sleep on it. I'm
Sleep
sure
on
in the
it?
morning we can figure out something.
Yeah.
Right. Sleep on
As an
it.
aside, Gideon, for some night reading, would you mind if I take a look at your contract? You can take a look at mine if you'd like, but maybe there's some way we could figure out how to. Maybe there's something we could do to not get you out, but to figure out how we can like deal with Machiavelli being upset that you're not going to the Feywild because you've lost your way in.
I go into my room, get this like tiny piece of paper, and give it to Lexus. He keeps that thing sealed up tight. Like, I don't get to see a lot of it, or yeah, if he unfolds that bit of paper, it's all I'm allowed to see.
And I unfold it.
It's like this big, and it's got like the tiniest of scribble on it, and it is just basically the bare bones of the contract.
So we hid the definitions section from you.
Yep.
And what exactly does the contract say?
But in layman's terms, he owns my soul, I gotta do his bidding. If I don't do his bidding, he gets all of me.
Is there a time limit as to when you have to do his bidding by?
Usually he pops in when I'm like late on something.
Okay.
That's usually like a smell of sulfur around. If I smell sulfur, usually just me, I know shit's fucked up. But yeah, if he would usually come by and basically say like, yeah, get a move on, or like, you gotta do this soon, or the clock's a ticking. And it's just like, girl, patience. But
Oh,
yeah,
see,
if I'm like
can
a
work with
week
that.
late, he comes a knocking.
We can work with this though, you know? I mean, like, I'll have to look into more of like the infernal jurisdiction, but there's a thing, at least in the mortal world, I wouldn't be surprised. Infernal contract law is sort of like the mad. I would know this. My dad invented Mad Max, but it's sort of like the Mad Max of contract law. A lot of the protections that you usually would put into things in the mortal world to make sure that people aren't signing anything that's unethical, like capacity. Like devils can make contracts with minors. Devils can like offer somebody an unconscionable deal, but there is this thing called impossibility, where it's basically like you can't expect somebody to follow through on a contract if it becomes impossible for them to do so. And you know, he's a devil maybe if he's like so good and like powerful and stuff, he could like figure out a way to plane shift you into the Feywild to get what he wants. So that's just something to keep in mind for like if we don't find this berry. But I do feel like it's probably connected to the Lovely Bell thing.
He's very good at filling up any and all loopholes. Trust me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm thinking he would probably rather send you in there himself than have you like take your soul while he still has use for you.
I'd be surprised if I just magically disappear the next day just because he sent me in there himself. He could do that.
Yeah.
Amazing. So as we kind of wind down, are there any other loose ends that you guys want to tie up before you go to sleep?
Not that I can think
No,
of.
I don't think so.
All right. So as sleep takes you, it's been a long day. You started it out throwing up, and you're ending it after engaging in a lot of physical activity. There's new developments to this, protecting your friends, protecting your school. Sleep takes you, and you hear gentle whispers. It sounds like someone's like far away, like shouting from far away. But it only registers as these incomprehensible whispers, and all three of you hear this as you sleep. And you kind of only catch like bits and pieces of what is being said. It's like a whooshing sound, like a crashing wave filtering each of these phrases, but you can hear and can make out, come find me. Find me beneath the school. Come find me. Come find me. Find me beneath the school. And sleep takes you.
Guys, I think she wants us to come find her beneath the school.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe too. I don't know why.
And we're gonna end there.
Something rotten is in the state of Westerly.
Something is happening. Something's
It's
cooking.
giving Harry Potter.
Woo! Minus the transphobia.
Minus the transphobia.
Hey! All right, thank you so much to everyone who is here for our live. Jen and Aliona did show up, but I didn't want to wreck your vibe. I didn't want to throw you guys off, but they were here. They did witness. You can see their little comments in the chat after. But Yes, but thank you so much for being here and playing D&D with me today. The audience, thank you for being here and experiencing this with all of us. We will be holding more sessions, of course. As we know, the greatest villain of D&D is scheduling, so we will get back to you in terms of what schedules and what times work for us. But make sure to stay subscribed and so you stay updated on future sessions. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here.